Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a beautiful day in the sim, but night here in Daytona International Speedway. We've got race cars coming at you, and we've got a lot of cars, Chris, out there on the qualifying grid at the moment. 24 cars already qualified, and if you're a full throttle faithful, you've been here for a while, you're going to see a stacked field here tonight. 40 plus cars will fill this field out here, Chris. This is probably one of the biggest fields I've seen in this first race of the season in full throttle, and probably ever. Usually we're in the mid 30s, but tonight we have close to 40 cars. Maybe not 40 plus, but very close. It is going to be a stacked field, a lot of talent. And if you were here for the exhibition, or excuse me, the clash, I should say, last week, then man, did we see some great racing. We saw there at the end a great finish. As we go on board with the man who won the race there last week, Kyler McCarthy, who had an excellent finish. Chris, you called it. I think he was 7th at the restart, coming to that green-white checkered, and you said if there's somebody to watch out for, it's going to be this 24, and he came through clutch last lap, passed everybody on the outside, and coming out of turn 4, I can't remember who exactly got Ken Baum Jr. around, but I know they did get Ken Baum Jr. around up the front end, and that 24 cleared everybody on the outside lane, drove himself to that clash victory. Looking to repeat here tonight, we do have 2 heat races, 15 lap features, no cautions, just to get these drivers warmed up and get them set to go, and it's going to be a fun night here, Chris. Daytona International Speedway, and it looks like Ryan Broderick might be preparing for what could happen here later. A red flag on the track. He's just parked there. As no red flags, just making a joke here. We know it's going to be big pileups, big action, Chris, and excited to see after this race from this past week at Daytona in the real world. Excited to see what the guys in Full Throttle got to bring to us here tonight in the sim. Who are you excited for, Chris? And, you picked it last week with the Clash winner of Kyler McCarthy. Who do you got going in tonight, and who do you think might pick up that race win? We know it's going to be a tough 100 laps, and a lot of new names out there.
Yeah, like that's something that you're talking about. A lot of new names, so this is going to be interesting to see. I see Aaron Staub. That's a new name. We saw Caitlin Height. She was also a new driver that we saw last week. Working her way up through the field, did a really good job. Josh Markle, new name. We've got Justin Gibbs, no relation to any of the other Gibbs. I did see that in the Discord earlier on in the week. He's got a couple of new names: Tyler Rush, Steven Oberstadt. I mean, got a couple of names. Josh Aaron actually as well. So gonna have to see who it is. But I'm gonna keep my eye on Ken Baum. Ken Baum in that 24, Kyler McCarthy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting race here tonight, Chris. You're going to see a lot of new drivers and a lot of people trying to bring it to the field here tonight. We're going to get heat race number 1 underway here, and a few drivers gridded up right now, but we will get your full grid here going in a moment. We'll get the starting lineup here, your top 20 for heat race number 1 at the Daytona 100. 2.5 miles, 4 turns at this beautiful track. I think it needs no introduction, Daytona, at this point. I mean, this is the top epsilon when it comes to oval racing. So you want to come here, you want to win here. That's exactly when it comes to Daytona, what you want to do. So we'll see a bunch of good-looking race cars out there tonight, Chris. And I think we got about 2, 3, 4 cars here left to grid up, and we'll go ahead and start hopping through the grid. And if they do hop in a little late, we'll hop on board with them as we're going around the track. But starting heat number 1 out on the pole. A little bit unfortunate last week, but he's trying to rebound. Had a good early run, a really fast race car until he started to overheat. Had to back off a little bit, and that seemed to be where his night started to kind of stagger. But Matthew Fitz, he will start heat number 1 on the pole, and to his outside, it's that up in smoke number 8. Hopefully his night doesn't go up in smoke like Kyle Busch's night here. Every week we got to pull for Kip Easley, Chris, as Kyle Busch fans, because here these past couple of years, it's been It's been really stinky, I guess you could say. It's stunk being a Kyle Busch fan, but hey, got that number 8. Zone. Kip Easley starting on that outside lane in that P2 spot. Joshua Gaiman, that number 33, another fast driver here, looking to make a statement early this season. He's going to start P3 in that 33 machine. Dylan Hastings, the up in smoke number 4, he is going to start in that up in smoke number 1. He is going to start in that P4 spot. Then we got Ryan Broderick. He is going to start P5 in that 5 machine, as we'll see Shane Weldon start in that P6, number 98 Full Throttle Racing. You got Daniel Holdcroft going to start in P7 with that 36 Chevy machine. With Caitlin Height, as you were talking about earlier, Chris, missed a lot of wrecks last week, but unfortunately ended up getting caught up in the final one. She's looking to rebound here with this actual race and put that clash behind her. Have a good night. She's going to start P8. We'll see Ken Baum Jr., another driver looking to have a good night, was coming to win that exhibition possibly last week, but was taken out. at the end, will along with everybody. He's going to start ninth here, though. It is Ken Baum Jr. and two-time champion rolling off the heat grid here in ninth. We'll see it P at 10 go to that number 7 machine of Brett Strickler. Is this outside lane a little bit slow here on pit exit. They're going to get fouled back in here. But P10 will be that 38 of Brett Strickler. As we'll go to P11 here, it'll be that Ryan Smith machine. Wait, did I skip? Wait, how many did I skip? Okay, yeah. As we'll see, Ryan Smith is 11th. We'll see Kyler McCarthy 12th. Sorry about that. I thought I skipped a bunch of drivers there. We'll see Landon Lacey. He'll start in that 13th position with Justin Gibbs. No correlation to any of the other NASCAR Gibbs. He'll start in that P14 spot. Dakota Kuhn going to start P15 here tonight with Jeremy Zarfos in that 16th position. And then behind him, it'll be Jimmy Barr in that 17th spot with Tyler Rush starting in 18th. And then William Brown, 19th. They might be mixed up there. I think I want to say, William Brown, 18th with Tyler Rush, 19th. And then Josh Aaron did not start this heat, as it'll be 19 cars taken to the grid, Chris, here, as we are coming to turns 3 and 4. As we will see that iRacing pace car. Man, I remember when that pace car was brand new, Chris. We were saying that brand new iRacing pace car out there. Now I think it's been with us for, 3 seasons?
I think about 3 seasons is correct.
So I was going to say it's been about 3 years since they brought that new iRacing pace car, but we will see this inside lane hopefully tighten up a little bit here as we pull off and through turn number 3 and 4 to get onto the front tri-oval section. This iRacing pace car should be leaving the field here in just one moment. And then it'll be all Matthew Fitz and Kip Easley bringing the field to the green flag as that number 69 Team Sparkle Unicorn is going to go green racing here, heat number 1. And remember, no cautions. This is just to set the grid for the later races. We'll see Matthew Fitz off to a great start here. This inside lane rolling, but Kip Easley looks like he's off to a good start here as well. This outside lane might pick up going through turn 1 and 2 here as they're going to fire it down into 1 and 2 for the first time tonight.
Yeah, but a lot of the things that we've seen here at Daytona these last couple of times we've raced at it, Josh, that outside lane doesn't like to work in the long run. I mean, that inside lane, of course, being the shortest distance around the track, is always going to be the fastest way around it. But, you know, you get that outside lane stacked up, you can be really fast on it. But not a lot of people like to go to the outside. I don't know why. So the inside lane is just where everybody kind of stagnates at. So we'll see if that outside lane can pick it up. Right now, Matthew Fitz pulling out to a really sizable lead over that second place position. Well, not second place anymore, but Kip Easley now falling back just a little bit. You see Joshua Gaiman in that 33 Nitro machine setting in that second position, right on the back bumper of that 69 of Matthew Fitz. See if he has anything to say. But like you said, Josh, no cautions, nothing like that. So if you wreck, you're just going to have to hope you don't have any damage to that car and have a good position so you have a good starting position for the race.
As you will see that number 5 of Ryan Broderick attempt to pop up to that outside lane, but like you said, Chris, that outside lane just does not seem to get it together here in the early portions of the race. We know it can work with this package. It's for sure a thing that can work. It's just a little squirreliness here. Ken Baum Jr. going to jump to the outside. The 21 machine, Ryan Smith, he's going to jump to the outside. A little darty as you're going to see these cars here getting in traffic. Some of these guys for the first time tonight is they might have just come home from work, so you know, not a lot of practice goes in sometimes when you got to hop into the race. So this dardiness here in this first heat going to be expected. In the second heat, going to be expected. But once we get into this race, I'm sure the drivers are going to tighten it up. But here as we go into lap number 3, it looks like that field has changed a little bit. That 8 machine of Kip Easley, as we hop on board here with him, has fallen back to 9th spot. He's lost 7 positions. Started on that outside pole, so it just shows you get a little bit out of whack there. You can lose spots very easily on that outside lane, but that outside lane is starting to stack up there a little bit, Chris. Ryan Smith giving a good push to that Ken Baum Jr. machine. Looks like they're really starting to make a charge for that second position. Really get up there next to that Ryan Broderick machine, suck down, side draft, and try to pull a good run here through the tri-oval. They could catch up to Matthew Fitz, Joshua Gaiman here, as this 44 Landon Lacey and company is a little bit off that 33 of Joshua Gaiman. A little bit of a gap on that inside lane. They're not as tight as they should be.
Yeah, like you said, that Ken Baum, he is your back-to-back champion of the Full Throttle Series. So if anybody's going to get out and get in front, it's going to be that 2 machine. So we're going to see if he can get this 21 of Ryan Smith behind him, tuck up a little bit more to that back bumper so he can get a push. We see behind him, I want to say, is the 95.
Whoa, Ryan Smith, big loose.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that. I also want to say it looks like the
we might wreck here.
Maybe 21 of Ryan Smith. That outside lane right there behind. No, that is Dakota Kuhn, that 95. He's riding that outside lane. We're seeing It looks like Kip Easley, like you said, Josh, just might not have liked what he saw up there in the front, or might have just got pushed out of line, and you see him fall back. But he's starting to catch back up.
Whoa,
Dakota
that
Coon,
44 Landon Lacey, big loose.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of squiggling around.
Whoa, we're wrecking.
Into the wall.
That's the Dylan Hastings machine. They're going to get out of it. That's going to really push them off the pace. That's Dylan Hastings in the 11 of Caitlin Height.
Yeah, we see it looks like maybe they just got into the wall there a little bit, maybe misjudged where they were, and just got on the front bumper and kind of got put into the wall. We're going to keep it green here, though. Like we said, no cautions. It looks like everybody's got it kind of settled out. So they'll just fall off the pace a little bit, but hopefully they can catch back up.
Yeah, but look at that, Chris. That outside lane dispersed big time as we switch cameras there. That Ken Baum Jr. machine now to the inside lane, running P4 right behind that Ryan Broderick machine as he's got Landon Lacey to his back bumper. We'll see that outside lane kind of fall apart as Ryan Smith and that 95 of Dakota Coon also going to concede it down to the inside lane as coming here at lap number 6.
He's gone. The 5 of Ryan Broderick is gone. He's
Whoa, he is getting clipped through. Yeah, he just got,
That was scary. Yeah, that was definitely scary for that 5 machine. If you were that 44 Landon Lacey, man, that was a pucker factor from all kinds of. Whoa, as it looks like Kyler McCarthy getting pushed out to that middle lane. It's going to be 3 wide. He's going to tuck back in there behind that 8. Whoa, as you're seeing the 72 there of Tyler Rush, one of those new drivers. He's all over the back bumper there of that 24. So everybody getting a little out of whack, but it looks like Ken Baum still able to hang on to that 4th spot, but it looks like Landon Lacey was able to get around and move himself up into that 3rd spot.
And Chris, impressive. Not a single word said over the radio. I even just had to make sure I wasn't muted.
Yeah, as we're going back, we're seeing that 11. Caitlin Height and Dylan Hastings are just tucked back in together. Hopefully they can catch back up, but just that 2-car train versus this this 18-car train, that's not a good thing. It's not a good hope if you want to catch back up, as it looks like, whoa, up there on that top lane, who is that? It's like 12 of Jimmy Barr. Oh, no, sorry, wrong number.
That's the 21 of Ryan Smith. And I want to say the 38 of Brett Strickler behind him. Oh, they're about to go 3 wide. He's going to jump back down to that 29 of Jeremy Zarfos.
As we're seeing Kip Easley now falling all the way back to that 14th position. Just wondering if he's not liking what he's seeing in front of him, or if he's just not having the luck in that car that he's wanting to have right now. As Ryan Broderick.
I mean, he could be playing that game, Chris, where he knows it's going to go crazy at the end, and he's just going to try to hero run through it.
I mean, you are right. Shane Weldon just set the fastest lap of the session there with a 45.57. So, good lap there from that 98 machine. It's good to be there in that middle train.
See that 9 machine of William Brown, Chris, on the outside lane. He's starting to get a big push here from that 5 of Ryan Broderick. Whew, a little bit too big of a push there almost, as they're going to really suck up to the front pack here, this inside lane. As a 95 of Dakota Coon there on the inside. But whoa, big run is the 2 of Ken Baum going to jump up. He's going to cut that run off of the 9. And down here in a 1 and 2 at lap number 9, we're going to see if Ken Baum can once again get this outside lane going to what he wants it to. Is he's going to jump in front of that 9, the 5. And I want to say that is the 12 of Jimmy Barr behind them.
That is.
The 4th car in that outside lane is they are starting to get some momentum in this outside lane, Chris, and pick it up.
Yeah, well, they'll just have to stay stacked up if they want to be able to catch this front. We do know that, at Daytona, it is very easy to pass coming out of turns 3 and 4, especially if you have a good momentum. Like we heard, I want to say it was Cletus McFarland that said that he didn't realize how squiggly the cars are in real life. It just goes to show you that, I know he was in ARCA, but, still, it goes to show you that you see these cars, what I call weaving baskets. Whoa, as it looks like the 9 there, William Brown got pushed up the wall.
There was a 21 around, 24 into the wall, 21 on his roof. Ryan Smith with a big old Ryan Priest kind of roll over there. As a 24 of Kyler McCarthy, last week's Clash winner, he's going to take a big hit there in heat number 1. And you're thinking, if you're that 24, well, hopefully this is the end of that.
Yeah, that's something you don't like to see.
Kip Easley's going to come over the way at radio and say that's his fault.
So we're hearing the 8 machine say, hey, that's my fault. So at least that 8 machine, good race etiquette there.
Not sure. I don't know really what happened, but if the 8's saying it's his fault, we'll take his word for it. But I just look like a bunch of mayhem there. We'll see the 21.
We're going back to that See if we can see what happened here.
Looks like it might have taken us a little bit too far
Yeah,
back, but
might have
we'll
taken
roll
us
with
a
the
little.
punches here. I'm assuming as we got off here in the turn 1 and 2, the 21 just checked
Yeah.
up, yeah. When that Ryan Smith machine, excuse me, William Brown machine got out of whack, it just made Ryan Smith check up. And the 8's going to drive. It's typical Daytona, man. That happens a lot, especially in sim.
Whoa, as you're seeing Matthew, I saw Matthew Fitz as I was looking at his name. Seeing Ken Baum fall back 2 positions now. He's fallen back, 3 positions, back to that 6th spot. So while we were watching that replay, might have missed a push out or something that really messed up his run. But we're still seeing Matthew Fitz hasn't relented the lead since he started.
Yeah, he's done a great job here, leading on this low lane, but it's just going to be a matter. There are 3 laps left, excuse me.
Still says 15 laps on the ticker. That's why I was asking.
Oh, yeah, we're at lap 12 right now. Here at lap 13, we'll see what these guys got going here. We got a little bit of movement on that outside lane there towards... Oh, and we got a big wreck! That's Shane Weldon around. I want to say that was... the 70... Man, is that a twofer for Kip Easley tonight?
Yeah, it looks like a bad push there from the 8.
You're thinking right now, man, get it out and get it out in the heat races, Kip. If you're driving around him right now. Hey, but it happens, man. I'm not gonna hold him to it. I've wrecked people at the start of the race under the caution period coming to the initial start, so I can't hold anybody accountable here. I am definitely probably not the best iRacer in the room to talk about anyone wrecking, so. Chris knows if they were to put a bill on virtual race cars, I'd have ran half the country bankrupt. As we're going to run out of turn 4 here, though, we got Matthew Fitz on the big push there in that backpack, so we should see a good finish here between these guys. Wait, was that the white flag? No, this is the white flag. Okay, sorry. I'm not getting a white flag on my screen.
I'm telling you.
As this is the white flag here, Chris.
Yeah, as I'm telling you, it's these heat races. This SDK does not like heat races.
Whoa, big fan out. This is where Matthew Fitz is. Oh, crap.
Yeah, Joshua Gaiman just pushed him out of the way.
Oh, big shove coming from the 95, though. And Matthew Fitz just picked up about 10 miles an hour. Goodness gracious, but that is just unfortunate for Matthew Fitz, dude. That's going to be an easy Josh Gaiman dub. Unless Landon Lacey and co just get tangled up right here, which they could.
Pushing.
Go to the inside. Oh, they're wrecking back there. We'll stay on board here. Landon Lacey going to stick with Joshua Gaiman. And man, Matthew Fitz just abandoned there at the end. Leading all 15, but you got to lead the end of 15. That's what matters. So, good job for Joshua Gaiman and Landon Lacey. They're going to move themselves to 1 and 2. Heat 1 winner, Joshua Gaiman. As we should have about 45 seconds here left before...
Yeah, it's like you were saying through all
Oh,
that
Kid
chaos.
Bomb and all them wrecked. So let's go back here to this last wreck, Chris, coming to line up again before we get to heat number 2. Okay, maybe not Ken Bomb caught up in it. He was already finished. That's why his name was showing up like he was wrecked. My fault.
It looks like maybe the 12 of Jimmy Barr getting into it.
We're going to lose it there anyways. It's all right. as heat number 2 now will get underway in. What's up? It does look like we have most of our field good enough. Going to go ahead and hop on board here with heat number 2 and go through your field here. As starting on that P1 position will be Team Sparkle Unicorn once again. Number 3 of Lucas Nilges. He's going to start pole here. See if he can lead every lap to be abandoned at the end. To the outside, we're going to have that 28 machine of Robbie Bice. Usually good on these restrictor plate tracks. Was having a decent run last week until caught up in the mess of, just Daytona. We'll see how that 28 machine will fare here tonight, rolling off P2. Bill Hell's going to start this heat in P3 with Kevin Click in P4. We'll see Ryan Sword in that P5 position with that 6th position going to William Hobart. Whoa, we almost got a wreck right there. Excuse me there. I had William, or Kyler McCarthy's voice just come through my headset, even though he's not in the seat, and it scared me. As we'll see Aaron Staub in 7th place. We got Nick Cannon. Excuse me, let me turn down voice chat right quick. We got Nick Cannon in that 8th position with Jaden Bingaman rolling off 9th here tonight. Michael Self going to roll 10th position with Andrew May in 11th. Josh Markle, one of the new drivers, going to start here in that P12 position with Chris Lynn in 13th. We'll see David Smith Jr. in that 14th spot with Chad Engel in 15th. Michael Zuver going to start 16th. We'll see George Wood in that 17th position here. This name is probably going to sound completely horrible coming out of my mouth, but this is my first time trying to save it. Steven Oberstadt. I'm assuming that's how you say that. Oberstadt. He is going to start in 18th position. I saw he was very active in Thunderdome. I'm excited to see that 31. And then, that 19th spot will go to that number 4 of Carson Pittman, as we're going to see a pretty stacked field here, Chris. A good amount of drivers here that know how to have some success. Just got to see if they can put it together here tonight, as we will see heat number 2, 15 laps, and once again, no cautions. This is not your main race. If you just joined and thought, oh, wow, I'm perfectly here for the start of the race, 36 minutes in. No, this is not the start of the race. This is actually heat number 2. We did run heat 1 just a few moments ago. We will run heat number 2 now. As if you're wondering, Joshua Gaiman won heat 1, but starting heat 2 will be Lucas Nilges bringing us to the green, as they are going to bring it around for heat number 2. We'll see what these drivers got in store for us. Let's see if that outside lane can get a little bit more cohesion up there and work in this heat. So that inside does not look like it got off to the best start.
Yeah, we're seeing that outside lane getting a little stacked up, a little better than that inside lane. We see Robbie Bice has got a good push behind him with that 25 of Kevin Click. So we'll see if Kevin Click can push Robbie Bice here to the lead, which does look like it's starting to kind of happen. I mean, everybody on that inside starting to stack up just a little bit, but that outside lane is just a little better stacked up. We're going to see Robbie Bice take that inside, but this is going to open up the door for that 25 of Kevin Click. He's going to also possibly go around here and take over that lead here at lap 1. So we might have 3 different leaders. Whoa, is that 13 of William Hobart all over the back bumper of Kevin Click.
Yeah, that inside lane just not working together, as we'll see that 13 of William Hobart jump down to the front with that 25 of Kevin Click. Those two terrible drivers working together very well, as Robbie Bice now stuck 3 wide with Michael Self to his outside. And that is the 27 of David Smith Jr. up there. As you'll see in front of that Robbie Bice machine, though, Chris Lynn, that 32 drop down is 3 wide down the back straightaway there. Man, these guys are going below the yellow. We got cars darting in and out there, 3 wide, 2 rows back. These guys are racing here in heat number 2, but they are letting that 4-car pack pull away from them up there.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of 3 wide racing going down the back stretch. That 15 of Michael Self, you see him almost get door to door with that 27 and that 28. So he was almost a sandwich there for a second. But it looks like Robbie Bice is going to get that push there from that 3 of Lucas Nilges. They're going to go ahead and get around that 15. So maybe this outside lane going to fall back just a little bit, but there's a little bit more cohesion on that inside.
Yeah, this is scary, man. These guys are all over the place in heat number 2, as we'll see this 4-car pack of Kevin Click, William Hobart, Nick Cannon, and Chris Lynn. They've got about a 2-tenth gap here to the field. But it looks like the field is getting back in unison, pretty much single file besides those 2 cars on the outside lane. And they should catch this 4-car pack, yeah, within no time. Already catching them, reeling them back in, and we're going to see some hard racing here, I'm assuming. These guys seem like they are ready to go here in
Yeah.
heat number 2, Chris.
Yeah, we'll see if Robbie Bice decides to go to the outside lane, which it does look like he was going to make that decision. Maybe he sticks with it. He's got that 3 of Lucas Nilge still pushing behind him. We know that 3 is a good pusher. Last season, he was one of those Team Sparkle Unicorn drivers that was a good pusher. So we'll see if he
Whoa,
can.
you say that, though, and around he goes.
Lucas Nilge was able to possibly save it. No.
Are they going to save it? No, they're going to wreck to the infield there. Not sure who that is. Oh, no, they're not wrecking.
Steven Overstack going all the way down there below the yellow line, but he was able to keep it straight.
I want to say it was Josh Markle as well that got caught up with him.
Yeah, but it looks like everybody going to keep it straight. Even that 3 of Lucas Nilge's, he got around, but he was able to keep it straight. Did pancake the wall there, but maybe didn't hurt the car too bad. We'll have to see if he's got a little bit of right-end damage. As we're right on board here with him, just to see if we can see any wheel damage. Yeah, you're seeing that wheel.
That car is cooked.
That car is definitely not driving straight.
Yeah, he's coming to bring it down pit road.
Oh, unfortunate there for that 3 machine. Rod back up here on board with that 25 of Kevin Glick. He took over the lead coming out of turn 4 across the start-finish line, and he has not looked back since. 11 laps to go, but he's got that 13 of William Hobart. He's got a teammate on his back bumper, so it's something to look out for, but we also got that 7 of Nick Cannon, who is also a really good OG full throttle driver who we know can put it down if he has to. I'm watching that 28 of Robbie Bice right now. We know on these plate tracks he is a menace. He just always gets caught up in the mess, as we call it. So I'm watching that 28 machine right now. It looks like he's trying to go to that outside lane, like he's telling everybody, "Hey, when y'all are ready, let's go." It's what he's trying to, I guess, kind of tell them, like, just get ready for whenever I jump out and go with you. That's what I'm watching for, that 28 right now.
Yeah, I know Robbie's going to want to go to that outside lane for sure. It's just if everybody's going to commit to it with him. The hardest part about breaking up a single file line to go to the outside is getting people to come with you.
Yeah, because you never know. Like, you can set yourself up, possibly what happened with that 8 machine last heat race. You go to the outside lane and then nobody goes with you, and then you're just, it's like, imagine opening up a parachute on your back, and it just pulls you back to the back. That's basically how it goes.
Seems like everybody's kind of calmed down here for the moment.
Yeah, as we go back, and I see the pack's got a little bit further back here after that wreck. Let's say that is the 31, Steven Overstat, that is leading that pack right now. You see Michael Zuber behind him, Jaden Bingaman, Aaron Staub, and Josh Markle all packed up with him. I want to say also maybe Chad Engel. Yeah, Chad Engel and George Wood. No, George Wood is that. So Chad Engel currently leading that, or going to be on the tail end of that pack. Go back up here with Kevin Click, see what's going on up front. Doesn't look like anybody's making any decisions yet. We still have 8 laps to go, though, so if this were me personally, I think I would ride it out. Like we were saying last week when we were watching the Clash, that 24, he was just in that perfect position to set him up. So let's see if any of these drivers here from third back really just waits. That's what it's just a waiting game, really.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you got to take this one step at a time, especially in a heat race. You're not trying to go out there and just throw it all away on the first lap. I mean, it's 15 laps, there's no cautions. Throw it all away on the last lap, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's pretty much how it is. It's you don't have any cautions. There's really nothing that hurts you in these heat races. So, just this is your chance to kind of put it out on the line, try something, see if it works. If it doesn't, then
Exactly.
Okay.
This is pretty much a benchmark for the race. Try it, make this move, try this move, see if this pass will stick in a certain way, or if you can draft a certain way, or do something, Just find something. I mean, there's always something new. Every race you do, you might think Daytona is the same race, you're going to get the same thing, but every race is different, man. You can always find a loophole or, something to gain, just a small little measurement of speed. You can find it. It's always there.
A little bump there from that 7 of Nick Cannon to the back bumper of William Hobart saying, "Let's go, man, let's go." 6 laps to go. This is one of those things that, like I was saying earlier, Josh, just really going to be where you are in the track. You know, like I was saying with that last race, you know, the separation that 24 machine had coming down that back stretch, it just, you know, he had the push behind him, and everybody started getting a little wishy-washy, a little separated in front of him, and he was able to take that outside lane, and all of that momentum pushed him past. So, like I said, just which one of these drivers, you know, in these 9 cars right here are gonna decide to go out first? You know, like I said, I'm gonna say Nick Cannon, maybe, but like I said, there's 3 turn 2 terrible drivers up here. You got Kevin Cliff, William Hobart, and Chris Lynn, all sitting here. So if you're, you know, that Team Sparkle Unicorn driver, actually, now that I'm looking at it, you know, you got Ryan Sword in 7th position. That's the only teammate you've got. Robbie Bice has Bill Hells behind him, and then Carson Pittman is currently sitting in 9th. So there are a couple of Full Throttle drivers that are sitting up here in the lead, but David Smill is the only driver out of Nitro currently sitting in that top 10. So he is just kind of there by himself. So this is going to, like I said, this is going to be interesting to see which teams decide to go where. We're just going to kind of cycle back through the field, let you see where everybody's at right now. It looks like that 31 is Steven Overstat, still leading that pack. You see Michael Zuber still behind him. That 26 of Jaden Bingaman, currently riding on that back bumper of the 96. And then you see that new driver, Aaron Staub, and Josh Markle currently sitting behind Jaden Bingaman. And then Chad Engel going to be on the tail end of that. So right now, you see George Wood, Michael Self, and then Andrew May currently coming into turn 1. So these are your drivers on track right now. But it looks like maybe a little bit of decision-making going on. It looks like Robbie Bice deciding to take that outside lane. But
yeah,
it's
just
stacking
seeing if
up.
it'll work here.
Yeah, but it looks like it's stacking up there.
And they're going to bail out on him maybe. No, this
we see Chris
27
Lynn
David
move to the
Smith, or excuse me, Chris Lynn, excuse me.
Yeah,
he
Chris
jumped
Lynn
up.
just moved up to the top. We'll see if Robbie Bice can push him. Oh, getting a little loose there. See if this
I think Robbie's going to give him a big push if he comes to him. But they're not going to get there. He got the big push, just not in time. We're going to shoot it back to the outside. Robbie says, nah, I'm going to abandon ship, abandon all hope. I'm going back to the inside, Bubba, sorry.
Yeah, so there we go. You see Chris Lynn, like I said, with that parachute effect, he's just going to drop there to the back of the pack, going to fall in behind that 4 Carson Pittman. Oh, Robbie deciding to go out again. 2 laps to go. This is pretty much where you have to decide whether or not you're going to do it. I would, you know, if I was that 28 machine, I would be hanging all over the door of that 27, just trying to pull him back just a little bit.
He needs the 53 to be all up in his business, and the 53 is just not giving him the push he needs. Here it comes, though. They should get a run here, but it's still not going to be enough. They might clear the 27 with Robbie Bice. I don't even think they're going to do that.
See if he can clear David Smill, but you're seeing that outside lane just not.
Oh, that's about to wreck Robbie. Whew. My goodness, I saw him link up bad. They gave him a hell of a run to the corner exit, that's for sure. That pushing gave him the run he needed. A white flag, this is the end of heat number 2 coming. As they are going to race back to the checker here. We're going to see if Robbie can get the push he needs. He's getting it. He's getting it. Hell of a run coming. He's got to have a hell of a run coming. Just got to have Bill Hells right back up to this back bumper here, coming out of turn 4. Or turn 2, excuse me. And looks like he is going to suck up. Where's Robbie going to go?
Looks like William Hobart blocking.
Shoot to the inside. Shoot to the inside. Oh, 53's going to the outside. Bill Hells, his teammate, abandoned him. And the 4, Carson Pittman, they're wrecking.
Whoa.
Oh, Robbie's going to make it through. No, Robbie.
Oh, big hit there for the 28. He's going to collect up the 94 Ryan Sword. Oh, you see the 13 of William Hobart going down.
Hobart goes down. He's driving it back over the track. Kevin Click going to win. Oh, big shot from Hobart. He's going to win over the line, though, from Chris Lynn. Turn 2 Terrible's teammates knocking each other out. Oh, my goodness. 82 and Josh Markle just probably committed homicide.
As we're crossing the line now, it doesn't matter. Man, that was crazy.
Awesome, dude. That's awesome.
We see Robbie Bice going off the front end of the 4 Carson Pittman. That was wild.
Robbie was so close to having a good run there, man. The 53 just abandoned him coming down the backstretch, which I wasn't expecting. I don't know. I don't know what that was about, unless Bill just got a bad run coming off the corner and was scared that, you know what I mean? When you get that, where you're about to awkwardly link up, and then as soon as you're about to dive back in, you're like, well, I'm not clear, or I'm going to wreck him, so you just got to take the run kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, I'm not sure. But it'll be Kevin Click, your winner of heat number 2. I was about to go through the top 10, but that ended way faster than the last heat. So it says we have a warm-up for 5 minutes. I'm not sure.
Because I think Josh is listening to race chat right now. If anything, then we'll just ride on board here with these cars and just watch for a minute.
Yeah, a couple drivers said they would like to step away and use the restroom before this heat, over this race. So we are going to take maybe the full 5 minutes. I know some of them wanted to advance, but we might take the full 5 minutes here. Like you said, Chris, we will ride on board with a couple cars for just a moment, and kind of excited to see now look at all these names, Chris. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, this is
There were names that weren't in the heat races, right? No, I think I'm just not used to seeing this many names together. You know there's a lot of people in the session when I have to scroll.
Yes.
To see the other side of the ticker.
I'm not used to scrolling.
Yeah, I've never scrolled like this.
It's nice to have a full lobby, though. Because like we said, we'll just ride on board with a couple of these cars. So that way we can see it looks like a lot of smoke there on the front. Maybe somebody burning out in the pits. Oh, is that 9 machine? That is a cool looking. I like that livery.
I'm not gonna lie, I just counted really fast. I think we have 41 cars, but we only had 19 and 19 in both the heat races. So that would only be 38. So I don't know where I'm counting 41, but we might have some spotters appearing in the in the live timing.
Let's go on board here with the 4 Carson Pittman. Sending it around town in turns 3. But like we were saying,
these guys.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
As I said, these guys all haven't. Some of these guys have new liveries, I should say, and it's just confusing me.
Ooh, I like any livery that has the
with chrome numbers. I was
I
gonna say Matthew Fitt's car, dude, was
Yes.
literally like blinding down the back stretch earlier.
Any car that has that, I love it. I don't know why it is what it is about those numbers. It just looks so cool. So we're gonna see if this Team Sparkle Unicorn. We know they are a menace, absolute menace on these plate tracks. Like I said, I have
but
raced
you remember
with them.
last year with Nitro, man? How good they were.
Nitro was a pretty good menace back then too. I see Josh Susie popping up in the chat. Well, as I sit here with my 10th flight delay so far, go Nitro. Good to have you in the chat at least, Susie. Sucks you can't be here tonight, man, but it's good to have you in the chat. And I also see Zach White saying, go Shane Weldon. Good to have you, Zach White. I just want to say the 96 of Michael Zuber just down there having some fun. Looks like the 07 of Jonathan Coombs also down there having some fun. In this
we know Jonathan Coombs can have fun. Trust us, we know. Jonathan Coombs might be the king of fun when it comes to, this league. He is always trying to have a blast. Tyler Rush. See, some of these cars weren't in the heat races, right? Or am I tripping?
I think you might, yeah. I want to say they were.
Because was Jonathan Coombs in that heat 1 or 2? I don't remember saying his name.
I don't know.
And it's like, I don't remember saying Tyler Rush's name. But then again, there's so many names right now tonight that I feel like I'm not used to it. That might be what's throwing me off here.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I forgot they were Prestige from 5. We put liquid wax, or what is it? Liquid glue on a B. It died. Investors, possibly you.
As it looks like we've got 38 seconds left to this grid up. This is going to be a lot of fun once we get starting. But we will have cautions, 100 laps here tonight. this is definitely going to be a lot of fun. We see a lot of drivers coming down pit lane now. Everybody getting ready. Taking it. We see Jonathan Coombs and Zuver still just getting down with the burnouts.
Dude, iRacing burnouts are fun.
They really are. I mean, you don't have to worry about breaking your equipment, nothing like that. You get to have all the fun you want. Nope, we're not racing the road course.
Coombs with the last second hit.
I mean, you have to. You really have to.
Yeah, dude. Especially if they're using a direct drive. It's nothing better than breaking a friend's finger. For no reason. All right, well, Chris, we're going to get off to racing here. And look who is sitting on pole. The fun haver himself.
See if I can get the grid going. I know with these heat races, SDK does not like it, but it looks like I've got it working.
Does say we have 41 cars. We will see if they all grid up. Which is insane to me that we have a 40-car field at that. That's insane to me. So we're going to go ahead and start gridding here, Chris, since we got a lot of cars to get through. Starting off tonight for the Daytona 100, the main feature, 100 laps. First race of the season, first points paying race of the season, I guess I should say, will be Jonathan Coombs, that 07 machine. The Chevy bow tie is going to try to make his way to a good run here tonight, as we'll see Troy Wagaman Jr. start in that P2 spot. Joshua Gaiman going to start P3 with Kevin Click in P4. Oh my goodness, they're all over the place, Chris. Yeah, I don't know who's who. Landon Lacey is going to be in that P5 spot with Nick Cannon in P6. We'll see Justin Gibbs start in P7 with William Hobart in P8. Matthew Fitt's going to be in P9 with Chris Lynn in P10. Dakota Kuhn going to start 11th with... Oh. Who is 12th? Oh. They're all over the place, dude. 12th is David Smill. 13th, Ken Baum with 14. Stephen Oberstadt. We've got 15th going to Jeremy Zarfos. Chris, if you need to hop back up on board here once we get to the end, you can. We'll have Zarfos in 15th with Zuver in 16th. William Brown going to be 17th with Jada Bingaman in 18th. We're going to have Ryan Broderick starting in 19th with Carson Pittman in 20th. We'll see Caitlin Height starting in that 21st position with Josh Markle in 22nd. It'll be Dylan Hastings 23rd with Aaron Staub 24th. Daniel Holdcroft 25th with Chad Engel 26th. We'll see Brett Strickler in that 27th spot with Ryan Sword 28th. Tyler Rush going to start 29th here tonight with Bill Hells in 30th. Shane Weldon going to start in 31st with Michael Self in that 32nd spot. We'll see that 33rd position go to Jimmy Barr with Jonathan Coombs blinking out right now, showing 34th. And then Andrew May, Kip Easley, all of them are all showing blue to me. Are they gridded up, or are they just now catching up or something? As we'll see, Kip Easley 35th, Andrew May 36th, Colin McCarthy 37th, Robbie Bice 38th, Ryan Smith 39th, and Lucas Nilges in that 40th position. Sorry we had to speed run that there at the end. Not used to calling that many cars, Chris, so if we're going to be doing that a lot, I'm going to have to get on it sooner. But speaking about getting on it, green, Jonathan Coombs, Troy Wagaman Jr. going to bring this Daytona 100 to the green flag for the first time tonight. And we will see how these drivers manage as they are going to drive off into 1 and 2 here and start the full throttle season officially as we are green and we are racing. And it looks like we already got a blinker. Landon Lacey, that 44.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing everybody get settled out here. Wonder how long it's going to take everybody to file in single file. This is something that kind of sketches me out, as always, these restarts. You never know how they're going to go. Looks like the outside lane kind of not working together. This inside lane looks like they are stacking up. It looks like there's only 5 cars on that outside lane, and then just look back, a lot of cars to the inside. You're going to see the 27 of David Smill going to go ahead and tuck himself up into that inside. So the first lap down, looks like Jonathan Coombs is going to still hang on to that first place. Joshua Gaiman up 1 position, Landon Lacey up 2. Justin Gibbs up 3. William Hobart up 3. Matthew
Also,
Fitz.
Colson are already back to 8th spot. Robbie Bison them are showing lapped for me. Why?
I'm not sure. They are not lapped.
Showing is a lap down for me. It's showing George Wood a lap down and showing Robbie Vice in front of him for some reason, even though he's behind him. I gotta reset my live timing here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars on track. I want to say SDK doesn't like all of these cars, but, you know, hey, that's what it's here for. We're going to see if we can keep it rolling, as right now everybody's still keeping it straight. 3 laps down. We're seeing a lot of cars shuffle around. But man, look at that line all the way back. Whoa, all the way down there.
Goodness.
That 25 of Kevin Click going to go all the way below the yellow line. Not going to be able to force himself back up. He's going to get back up now, but you see William Brown just ever so slightly moving up the track, going to let that 25 get back in line. Man, that outside lane is not working right now. There's only 5. Whoa, it looks like we've got a wreck back there. It's Kyler McCarthy. Whoa, he's getting her slowed down. It looks like maybe George Wood, Josh Aaron maybe disconnected. See Jimmy Barr getting into it, but we're going to stay green. Doesn't look like it was enough. Andrew May, also one of those drivers that went off track. But we're going to stay green. I'm going to see if I can find a marker for it. But right now, looks like everything's going to stay green, stay straight.
Chad Engel, Jimmy Barr, I think is who originally started. I heard him just apologize. He said huge checkup. I think it got just one of those chain reactions, Chris.
Yeah, but no harm, no foul. I mean, a lot of harm to the drivers that were.
No, Andy May is out of the race, I think. Or Andrew May, excuse me.
Yeah, we saw Jimmy Barr and that 68 of George Wood falling back. We saw Kyler McCarthy going right here sideways, but he was able to get it straightened up.
Who's in first? My live timing is all over the place. It just told me that Dakota Kuhn was in first. It says that Landon Lacey's up 24 positions, and didn't he start 4th?
Yeah, he's up 2 positions.
Yeah, so my live timing is all out of whack right now.
Well, right now we will keep it going, though. We see David Smill up 3 positions. Ken Baum moved himself up 5 positions from his starting position. Troy Wagaman right now is currently in your top 15. Your driver that is
Whoa!
Whoa, yeah, you're right. Looks like that 20 of Troy Wagaman getting a little loose there, going on the outside of that 7 of Nick Cannon.
Caution, caution.
Not seeing. Oh, it looks like Chad Engel. Oh, as we're seeing smoke cars getting slowed down up here. Yeah, that is that Chad Engel machine right there. At 35. We'll see if we can see what happened with him. Oh, it looks like maybe a bad check. Oh, let's see if anybody else gets. See if anybody else gets involved. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to get involved in it, but let's see if we can go back on board here with that 28 of Robbie Bice. See if we can see what happened from his point of view. Oh, it looks like maybe just a stack up in front of him.
I don't know how they stacked up.
It's like right there. Yeah, we see Chad Engel getting into the back bumper.
Did Kip Easley break, or was it just that bump didn't look as... It might have been Kip Easley's shove and wasn't as big as it looks from that camera view. I'm not sure, but it... Oh, he didn't even touch him. Oh.
Wait, right
he does
there,
touch him? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh,
just a massive run.
Yeah, he had to. I mean, he was trying to be nice for Bill Hells and let him keep up, but realistically, it was one of those speed differences. You got to pass him and make him pick up tail end of the field right there.
Yeah, so we're going to see Chad Engel just get into the back.
Let's check Kyle McCarthy's car. Does it look bad?
Doesn't look like he has any hood damage.
He went around there.
Doesn't look like from the Ryland cam any hood damage. But it looks like we got a lot of drivers down pit lane.
I'd assume just picking up gas here for strategy.
William Hobart, Dakota Kuhn, Troy Wagaman, Ken Baum, Chris Lynn, Kevin Click, all down pit lane. Yeah, so it looks like maybe just a gas and go, like you said. Looks like everybody down. Most time I see down right now is Carson Pittman down 7.7 seconds. I also see Ken Baum down 22 seconds. So maybe taking a little, maybe a couple of tires for that too. We know we only have 4 sets here tonight, so don't know. Maybe if he was just had to go grab a drink or something, shut a door. We know. I know I've had to get up and go shut a door while I'm racing, in the pits, and have to jump up, go shut the door, or adjust a fan or something. So maybe something going on with that tube machine. He had to get up and do something. But we did see the first caution come out from that 35 of Chad Engel. We'll see if we can go back just here for a second, see what happened with Andrew May. As we do have a marker for it now, as it looks like, maybe Chad Engel was involved in that one too. So going into the corner, it looks like he's getting into he just gets into the back bumper there, Jimmy Barr. That's going to send Jimmy Barr around. See the
Bill
15.
Hells missed it by the skin of his teeth.
You see the 15 of Michael Self on the back bumper. That's where the 24 gets involved. Man, big slap there from Jimmy Barr, and then you see Andrew May just nowhere to go.
You saw Andrew May right there?
Yeah, Andrew May is the 22 right there.
I didn't see him at all. He must, I'm seeing blinked out replays too. That's what's weird.
That is weird.
I didn't see Andrew May in that replay. But we're all good, so keep rolling here. Should be going back green here, and we are. Because if Joshua Gaiman can get a good start here, he can possibly challenge this Jonathan Coombs machine on the outside, but I think he's going to dive it back to the inside. I don't think Gaiman really wants to try to be up in the lead right now. Might be comfortable riding in that second place. Coming through turn 3 here at lap number 9. We'll be at lap 10 when we take back to the green flag. But the opening race here, the Daytona 100, are going to be an exciting season for full throttle racing this year. And if the fields stay this size, Chris, it's got to be almost a toss-up at this point of who could be successful, who couldn't. I mean, you really don't know with all these names out there, but excited to see where these drivers have taken it in the offseason. We've had a couple months to kind of step away from the league racing if they wanted to, and if this is the only league they dedicate themselves to, it's got to be one of those things that it almost feels like a refreshing 4 months, but then when you come back, probably ready to get back into the sim, ready to prove that you're there. And if you're iRacing all the time, then you're just getting better day by day. But a great start there from Jonathan Coombs. Should see this Joshua Gaiman machine just drive to the left here, and he will. He is going to cover that second place gap. But we're going to get back to green flag racing here and hopefully not have any other of those Daytona issues that, you can seem to happen. Driving off here into turn number 1 and 2 on lap 10. See that Jonathan Coombs machine still hold the lead and see what this outside lane might possibly do, as it looks like they are pretty much just falling apart on that outside lane. It seems like some of the inside lane got a great start, some of the outside lane got an okay start, and everybody's just kind of everywhere right now at this restart. Everybody just kind of filing around there through the tri-oval. See, we're still going to the outside. We got 3 wide back there. Well, we got another wreck. Well, that's going to take out half the field back there. That was a lot of cars. Maybe not. It looked like it was William Brown. Oh, Ryan Broderick's killed. Oh, and 35 of Chad Engel just comes in. Yeah, my SDK is all over the place too, Chris. Don't worry. It's saying that people are in first place that are nowhere near first place right now. It's a 29 of Jeremy Zarfo, so it looks like William Brown just came over the nose, I think. And Ryan Broderick gorilla glued together, as it feels like when you're stuck like that. Just never get off the wall almost. Feels like you're on that wall for an eternity. They're going to get down on the track here. Oh, that was not really much Chad Engel could do. I didn't notice that William Brown pulled up the track like that some, so Chad Engel did just kind of get caught up there a little bit. You know, just one of those split-second
look at William Brown.
He didn't make the... And he's crab walking that thing back to the pits. I don't know why it looks so funny. What is it doing? Did you try resetting it? I mean, this would be the perfect time to reset it under this caution. Am I talking to myself right now? On stream, that is? Am I muted or no?
Well, it looks like we're having a little bit of problem with SDK. I am trying to get it going again. I know that these heat races, hey, I'm telling you, it just does not like them.
SDK problem for sure.
Yeah,
maybe we don't have a setting right or something. I don't know. We usually don't deal with heat races, never called dirt and stuff like that. So every time we get these heat races, it's just unknown to us what could be causing that. But it does look like that machine 07 of Jonathan Coombs did decide to pull down pit road, Chris. That's going to put him back in 19th from the lead.
Yeah, we had a lot of
decide to take fuel.
We had a lot of drivers get shuffled around there.
So is it like the ticker's not working, or what'd you do last time it did this in a heat race? Got the cameras working for right now. If we need to go old school style, no ticker, we can, but looks like you got it back up and going.
Yeah, don't know really what was going on there with it. Changed some settings around, got it fixed, but like I was saying, I think it's these heat races because it's not just one solid race and it goes between races and it's got all of these different stats that it's having to keep track of. I just think it breaks itself, honestly.
Yeah, Landon Lacey started in 5th, and it says he started in 30th for me, and he's up 25 positions.
Yeah, that's what it says for me right now.
So it's all over the place. It must be saying their heat race. So I don't know what it's saying. Whatever it is, it's making my head hurt.
Yeah. Hey, but it is what it is. We've still got it going. As I see Susie saying, I told you guys we'd fill out the field.
Filled out indeed.
Definitely did fill it out. Seeing a little bump there from that 31 to that 33.
We do have a lot of new drivers in here, so if they are on your affiliated team and we aren't calling that out, I do apologize about that.
Yep.
Or if you're a fan of the driver and know they're on a team and we don't mention the team, a lot of new names in here. We haven't gotten every single driver down with who they're with, so I know that 31 machine. I want to say, I don't know if he's actually on Nitro. I would assume he is. I know he runs with the Nitro boys, so a little bit of a bump there to Josh Gaiman. Oh yeah, that's usually how I do it. But we have the split teams now of the teams.
Yeah, we have split teams
So
of the teams. So yeah, I will have all of the teams updated next week. I should have all of the team names, different team names, whoever's on what, should have that done by next week. Because I knew that we would have a lot of drivers that we didn't have last week that I would have to add into it. So instead of having just random people all over the place, everybody just in the same color, same team right now, then we'll get it all situated after. A green flag's out. That 33 of Joshua Gaiman getting a good push. You see the 44 Landon Lacey not getting a great push, so he's going to fall in behind that 31. We see that 39 of Justin Gibbs also falling into that 4th position. Looks like David Smill, Caitlin Height going to fall in behind them. So right now, everybody up front looks like they're kind of starting to single file out. We'll see if anybody back in the back. Looks like we still got the squad from 20th back. We'll see if anybody decides to straighten it back out. But, man, a lot of cars back there. This is crazy seeing this many cars. Coming out of turn 4, it looks like Joshua Gaiman still going to hang on to that lead. Still got that 31 of Steven Overstat all over the back bumper. Landon Lacey in that 3rd spot. Justin Gibbs 4th. David Smill 5th. Caitlin Height 6th. Troy Wagaman Jr. in that 7th position. William Hobart in 8th. Dakota Kuhn in 9th, and Brett Strickler going to round out your top 10 in that turn 2 Terribles 38. Then we see behind him Kevin Click in that 11th position, Chris Lennon 12th. Then Aaron Staub on that inside lane in that 83, and then back behind him you've got Jaden Bingaman, and then on his outside is that 36 of Daniel Holdcroft, and then behind him is that 8 of Kip Easley. So that's going to round out your top 15 right now. But everybody basically from Kip Easley up from 15th up is single file. Back is as you see up on that top lane, I want to say that's the 9 of William Brown. Yeah, that's the 9 of William Brown. Man, I don't even see how that car is driving straight right now. Yeah,
neither do I.
He's getting into the wall there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna have to say, like, as a that's possibly a black flag right there. That's a meatball. That 9 machine. That 9 machine might not be able to hang on for the whole race. But hey,
trying
like
to make
said,
as much points as you can.
If you make speed though, that's all that matters. It looks like maybe that 22 of William Andrew May also got back out onto the track. So after 2 minutes and 43 seconds down pit, or excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong number there. Looks like Chad Engel went ahead, called it a night. We'll go back on board here with your leaders. Joshua Gaiman still holding that lead with that 31 right behind him. See if any of these drivers start making any decisions, or if we're just going to single file. I would say, right now at lap 18, I would just get in line and hold on to your butt.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the. What is that livery? Looks like a tow truck pushing one of Dakota Kuhn's cars or something.
Maybe
I don't know.
It looks like a snow plow plows down. Okay, I'm gonna have to move this. It looks like something plows down, and it's the 95. So that would be.
That's Dakota Kuhn.
That would be Dakota Kuhn.
Is that David Smill Jr.?
It's David Smill, 27.
I don't know.
Maybe they're saying Dakota Coon just plows everybody. He plows Smill. Who knows? That's kind of funny.
Knows?
That is kind of funny.
It could be from another reference. I don't know. It's a funny looking car though. That's a very interesting looking livery on Justin Gibbs' machine. I don't think I've really ever seen a mountainscape livery. I mean, obviously with the Busch Light liveries and stuff, there's mountains on it, but that is a very interesting design choice towards
that
it.
purple
like
is really good. I
like
like purple.
The way that the colors pop, it just feels unique. You know what I mean? Something about it.
It looks like everybody's kind of single filed out. We're gonna go back here. We see all the way back to it looks like maybe 20th position, just single filed out. Everybody's kind of just taking it easy right now. As we're gonna go back here, we see, yep, looks like maybe back to 21st. It's gonna be that 36 of Daniel Holdcroft. He's gonna be the one leading that train, and then back behind him, that 82 of Josh Markle gonna be leading that train. We see a little bit more discombobulation. Not a lot of everybody getting in line. You see, that's probably why they're falling back there a little bit. These guys are tucked in a single file, so they're going to go a little bit faster. But right now, we're looking as Joshua Gaiman still holding on to that lead here at lap 21. 44, Landon Lacey all over the back bumper. I was wondering, it looked like maybe that 31 was about to jump out. And 44 was going to go with him, but it looks like they decided against it. We look back there, it looks like Caitlin Height looks like she was about to jump out there for a second, maybe getting a little bit of fresh air on that nose. Or, excuse me, that was the 20 of Troy Wagaman, excuse me.
One car off. Close enough.
You see Troy Wagaman jump out to that outside lane, but he's going to tuck back in.
Could just be trying to get some fresh air on that nose. Maybe trying to keep the temp down a little bit. He is following a lot of hot race cars.
Yeah, we do know that they do not run tape setups on these cars. So no tape as far as the overheating goes. But just running bumper to bumper with them, I mean, you know, you get in that draft, you're not getting a lot of air over that nose. You start overheating, just, you know, being tucked up. Like you were saying last week, we heard the 69 of Matthew Fitz having an issue where he was just bumper to bumper with whoever was in the lead at that moment. And, you know, we heard him saying that he was having problems overheating. He was having to jump out and get a little bit of air on that nose. We'll see right now that 69 of Matthew Fitz currently sitting in that 17th spot. Looks like maybe a little bit of a checkup, man. Big, massive run for that 69 of Matthew Fitz.
Yeah, that old inside lane's just going to do nothing but check up this whole time.
As riding on
Got to
board
be on
here
your toes.
with Matthew
that
Fitz.
is a 16. Sorry, Chris. That's a 17 car deep train right there of single file line.
Oh man, I just noticed something. Fitz is no longer Princess Banana Hammock. His name is Fitz. Oh, that stinks.
It's okay. He'll forever be Princess Banana Hammock that crashed in the fart burn turn for me.
Fart burn turn. Forever. Fart burn turn. But right now,
absolutely legendary.
Lap 23. Nothing has really changed. Everybody's still kind of hanging out where they were. We'll see if we can go back here. I want to say a little bit of passing for position. I see a lot of jumping around going in 27th, 28th, 29th. I see Robbie Bice currently got that 24 on his back bumper, but like we were saying, you see not a lot of people getting in single file, so this pack back here is just falling behind.
Yeah, they're falling off big time, aren't they? And it's not going to help them doing what they're doing right now.
Right. Because I want to say, currently they are sitting about 10 seconds off of that pack. As I'm watching right now in the ticker, I see Carson Pittman.
That's Robbie Bison guy, right? They're 5 seconds off.
Oh, 5 seconds off. Excuse me. As you see, it looks like maybe they'll try to get tucked up in a line now. But I don't know. It might be a little late. As I say that, it looks like everybody going all over the place. I want to say that Shane Weldon in front of him, I saw him go all the way to the top there. Man, everybody is just discombobulated back here.
Seems that way.
Go back on board with your leaders. We see the 20. Troy Wagaman still going into that outside lane just a little bit. As I say, I want to say back behind them, that is Dakota Coon in that, Brett Strickler in the 38. See him working his way to that outside lane for a second. Just kind of keeping an eye on everybody that's in this front pack. Like I said, up to about 21st actually is your lead pack, and then 22nd back is your pack that is currently battling for position back here. We see a lot of christening and crossing going on.
It looks like they're working together, but just got to catch up. Can't do none of this outside lane stuff.
Yeah, see that 29 of Jeremy Zarfos go to the outside lane. That's what we're talking about. That's going to slow everybody back up there. Whenever you get on those side panels, it's like, I always say, imagine, reaching out on the side of the car and just holding your hand on the door frame. It's pretty much what you're doing. You're just hanging on and not letting them go anywhere. But as we're saying that, Josh, that 20 of Troy Wagaman working that outside lane.
Yeah, big move here early coming from that outside lane. We're only at lap 26, though. You got to think these moves, you got to labor them. You can't do too much here. You don't want to over-exaggerate these moves and possibly get yourself into a situation. As rolling off, though, into turn 2, Troy Wagaman does seem like he's trying.
Ooh.
Come on, guys. Keep it together. That got hairy there for a moment.
That was almost bad.
And you got to think the 33 is probably asking that car behind him, give me a shove, dude. Get us away from this. It looks like Wagaman's going to get what he wants. He's going to go down into turn 1.
Oh, we're 3. Oh, I was going to say maybe go 3 wide.
He's not going to like that shot. He's not going to like that shot. Ah, man, I had to hold my breath there for a second. I for sure thought that 20 was going around there off the front end of the 13 for a moment. But new leader, it will be Troy Wagaman Jr. We'll still see this outside lane still working together. Dakota Coon to that back bumper of the 13 of William Hobart. He's got the 38 of Brett Strickler, the 25 of Kevin Cook in tow as well. That also looks like the 32 of Chris Lynn and maybe Aaron Staub or Justin Gibbs, who is that in that top lane. That would be Jaden Bingaman actually in that top lane.
Man, a lot of battling going on here right now for this lead position. Oh, you're seeing drivers get a little sideways up here on this outside lane. That's something you don't want to see if you're back there, around the area of, say, Kip Easley in that 15th spot. You see all these drivers up in the lead just going left and right and left and right, and you're just like, man, I've got nowhere to go except for up there.
No. They looked unlinked there for a second, but the 95 wasn't as close. If I start making noises like that, that means that I'm in the commentating booth going full pucker moment. You got to know what these guys are doing.
Exactly. I mean,
it's got to be. Oh my goodness, this is scary, man. For lap 30.
Yeah, we still got 70 laps to go. So, I mean, honestly, the way the racing is unfolding right now, I say it's happening just a little too early. I think we're getting a little antsier than we need to be getting. Whoa, as it looks like coming down pit lane.
Say that. Pit road is open. Oh, and we might have some speeders. That 44 Landon Lacey, big time slowdown. He got it, actually. That does look like a mixture of Nitro. That is the Nitro team and their sister teams as well. As you'll see all those Chevy bow ties in unison. It's a great pit stop by those Nitro drivers.
Yeah, so Josh
nice
Gaiman
virtual hands out the window here, Chris, but a lot of people came down pit road not four tires at least, but some fuel. So we might have some drivers like Jonathan Coombs and co. trying to stick it out for a little bit longer that came in later.
Yeah, we'll see if these drivers...
But I did see the 07 key up. He might come down pit road this time.
See if these drivers decide to come down pit right now. Coming out of turn 4. Looks like nobody going to go ahead and come down right now. But, man, that was kind of hairy there for a second. Let's go back here to your pack. See what's going on back here in the back. Not a lot of single file racing going on now. Everybody is kind of two file. We see those drivers that did come down pit lane. Looks like Joshua Gaiman, Landon Lacey, Stephen Oberstadt, Caitlin Height, Justin Gibbs, David Smill, and Kyler McCarthy all down pit lane. That last time, we'll see if anybody else decides to go ahead and do it. Doesn't look like nobody else is putting that virtual hand out the window just yet. Maybe a little bit of a a strategy play here for the Nitro guys. Maybe they see something brewing up front that they didn't like and just wanted to check out of it.
I mean, could possibly be that, Chris, but we do have.
I mean, I'm personally,
drivers
if I was in those lead pack and I was seeing what was happening between Hobart and Co coming up there into the
front,
front,
I'm jumping below the yellow on the back stretch.
I would want to get out of it too. I mean,
100% agree with you.
Nothing against anybody. I'm just saying, you see that going, loose, everybody kind of getting like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, that's where you want to just get out of the way.
1,000% not against anybody, Chris. It's just like you said, when you see all these cars getting around and you automatically think, is this going to jeopardize my race? That should be the instant feeling of, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, as we'll see if Troy Wagaman looks like he was going to go up there and block that 38 of Brett Strickler, but Brett Strickler going to have a good push here to the outside. He's got Chris Lynn, his teammate, behind him, and I want to also say William Hobart is back there. You see Jaden Bingaman in that 26 machine in that 5th position, giving a push, but man, William Hobart trying to push that 20. Troy Wagaman up here, we see a lot of drivers getting not in line, so that's going to open up the door for these drivers on the bottom. Push away. Whoa, it looks like the 95 of Dakota Kuhn getting loose coming out of the corner. New leader here at lap 34. That was the 38 of Brett Strickler, excuse me. That did lead that lap. Chris Lynn going to be on that outside lane with that 26 of Jaden Bingham and pushing him. See him coming to lap 35 if we'll have a new leader.
See a virtual plane taking off back there on the runway. And here at lap 34, these guys are still just hanging out up here too wide. It seems like the pushing is not as much as it should be, just kind of hanging out. But that single file line back there, Chris, these guys doing this too wide, not really pushing each other and pushing it to the limit, should allow that inside lane back there, and they are already gaining some ground to catch up here soon. And that's when it might get crazy again. Kip Beasley's just probably trying to keep his nose as clean as he can after he's won, man. I mean, clearly he's got speed, man. He's usually faster on the super speedways. It's just hasn't come together here for him, and seems like right now he's finding his speed on this outside lane. Whoa.
I was muted that entire time. I was going to say, it looks like Kip Easley is just wanting to stay clean right now. I'm seeing that 20 come up and block some of that momentum on that 8 machine.
I mean, that's not really blocking. When you go up there for a second, you're just giving him a draft, speed him up for just a split second. But it also seems like that 20 is anticipating that 8 to get a big run at some point. He's going to jump up and take that run for himself.
Yes, it just looks like that outside lane is just not getting the momentum that it needs. We see the 07, Jonathan Kuhn. We see Matthew Fitz behind him, and then behind Matthew Fitz is that 7 of Nick Cannon. So we've got some good pushers behind them. We know this Team Sparkle Unicorn.
Whoa.
Ooh, we know these Team Sparkle Unicorn guys put it together and get going. We're just not seeing that outside lane work. As there we go, you see Dakota Kuhn getting a little sideways coming out turn 4 again.
Look at Bill Hells, Chris. That 16th position on back, starting to finally regain that track back up to this lead pack. Seems like after the restart, we were split into 2 big packs, and now that second pack finally going to catch up here.
back up front. It looks like
Who's
Jaden
that
Bingham.
just jumped to the outside? Jaden Bingham? Yeah.
Yeah, whoa, big shove. Oh, Kip Easley.
Kip Easley in the wall. This is going to be sketchy. 3 wide. Kip Easley still in the wall. 35, going to catch him. He's still going to be in the wall.
Oh, good save, Kip. Good save. That was a good save,
Big
man.
right front damage. Kip Easley's car is going to have a parachute on that front right.
Man, oh man. Just that Bush luck. Looks like maybe just a bad push there. You saw that 35. Sorry, you saw the 36 of Daniel Goldcroft. Looks like he slowed up. He didn't want to get into the back bumper of Kip Easley too bad. You saw him do the gentleman's thing. He slowed up, didn't push him too hard. It was able to allow Kip Easley to just get it wrangled underneath him again. Yeah, like you said, he might have a little bit of damage on that right side. We'll have to go on board with him and see if we can see any damage to that steering wheel. Right now, he's going to keep it underneath him. Coming to lap 40. Chris Lynn still leading this race.
Chris Lynn, man. That 32 machine, sorry, Chris, the Ford Mustang, he is up in that P1 spot, doing a good job, too, holding on to that spot. As we will see that 38 of Brett Strickler behind him as well, but Troy Wagaman Jr. has been trying to peek his nose to the outside here every attempt he gets to, but just hasn't kind of stuck with it. We'll see that second pack finally now regain, and we do have, what, a 25 car single file line going right now.
Yeah, we see Bill Hells in that 53 machine pulling up to the back bumper of Michael Self. So we'll see if these full throttle guys right now, we've got Bill Hells, Shane Weldon, Carson Pittman, and Robbie Weiss all sitting behind each other. So wondering when these guys are going to decide to jump out, or if they're just going to stay in line and just kind of hope that nothing happens in front of them. I mean, me personally, I think I would just kind of chill where I'm at and just, like I said, just pray. Pray that nothing happens in front of me. Because right now, it looks like maybe Brett Strickler thinking about it. No, I was going to say it looked like Troy Wagaman might have been thinking about going with that 38. But with these Turn 2 Terrible guys up here in first through fifth, I would say right now everybody's just kind of cruising.
Yeah, it seems that way until we'll get that double file going, Chris, you know, and these guys will start to just let it all hang out. I mean, we know how Daytona is. You can hang out for 10 laps, and then 1 lap out of all those laps of doing nothing wrong, you're just like, whoa, who was that? Go back to Kip Easley. Was he getting... That was definitely Kip Easley, but somebody was on his inside. I'm not sure what happened. Can we go see Ken Baum? He's sitting in 34th position. Does he have damage on that race car? Oh, no, he's sitting in 26. He must have blinked out. Yeah, he's blinking out. Ken Baum Jr. is.
Still out here on the track. Yeah, I just realized that I was muted again. I'm sitting here talking to myself, but I say it looks like Ken Baum and Jimmy Barr are just kind of riding back there by themselves. Wondering if this is just a strategy play from them, knowing that there's a lot of sideways racing going on up here in the front. Well, I say sideways, I mean going back and forth, So wondering if they're just waiting for the big one to happen.
There's definitely a lot of movement in these two lanes when they start to open up the outside lane. So I would think we're getting possibly close to another caution here with the way that these guys have been racing, but I don't want to say that and jinx us, so I think they're going to go green flag here for another 15, 20 laps.
Yeah, wondering when the next pit cycles are going to start happening. We know they have 4 sets of tires. I want to say that the Nitro guys, when they came down pit lane, they did take tires. Looks like they were down for 12 seconds. So maybe tires from those guys. We do know that left side tires are pretty much not a factor. You'll go down pit lane, you'll get tires put on your car, and it'll say 98%, and you're just like, why did I even do that? So Not a lot of right tires going. I'm pretty sure you're going to, excuse me, not a lot of left side tires. You're going to see a lot of right side tires on.
Yeah, Daytona, one of those tracks you really don't need much. You run the max tire pressure you can too. In qualifying, 60 psi. Try to get as much speed as you can out of the car. It's definitely a weird setup at Daytona, and we still are running open setups, right?
I think so. I wouldn't see why we wouldn't. I don't see why we would go to fixed setups after running open setups.
Yeah, another thing that makes this full throttle league awesome is the open setups. Really allows not only the drivers, but the team to get the car working good for them.
Well, I will say, the difference, like if anybody new watching, you hear us talking about setups, big setups, open setups. Basically what that is these drivers have their own setups. It looks like the 95, I thought he was coming down pit lane. He went below the yellow line, but he came back above, so not coming down pit lane. I would say that is the 68 of George Wood on the outside lane. That is George Wood going to go a lap down. We'll see a little bit of blinking, it looks like, from that 13 of William Hobart. But back to the setups. The open setups means that drivers basically tune their cars to how they want them to drive. If you have a fixed setup, everybody has the same setup, and there's a lot of drivers that can really abuse the fixed setups. They learn the limitations to them, and they can beat them really bad. So that's something that we love about these open setups. It lets the drivers basically express themselves and their driving style.
Yeah, if you're doing double duty, you're working on the car and you're driving, so.
Which is
some of these guys don't have the luxury. I was about to say, some of these guys don't have the luxury of a setup shop or a setup team or, someone in that virtual garage able to tune the cars up. So some of these drivers are just out there doing 30, 40 laps, coming in and saying, all right, I'm eating the right sides up, got to adjust this, go back out. Well, now I'm eating the left sides up, go back out and adjust this. Well, now I'm eating the right rear up. And then you go out and adjust this, and before you know it, you've got a half manageable setup that feels like you got a fast piece. So you got to give a big shout out to those drivers that are almost the, this is where I'm looking here, the mom and pop shops there of the iRacing world. But, making your own setups is one thing, but making a setup and being competitive against a lot of guys that have fast setups, that's another one. You see a lot of people in here that are able to do it. So,
yeah, Josh
like you said,
Susi,
Chris,
Josh Susi,
just one of those open
drivers.
setup traits that you get is, it's just fun to see fun to see those drivers, with their different setups, like you said, adds character to the race setups.
Well, it looks like the Up and Smoke guys came down pit lane. Daniel Holdcroft, Kip Easley, Dylan Hastings, all down pit lane, lap 45. Looks like they did both take tires and fuel. So that's why you see them getting ready to go a lap down. The field is charging on them. We're going to see when these guys decide to come down pit lane. That's what I'm wondering. A lot of drivers coming down early, maybe expecting some cautions. We're not getting them, so the pit strategy is kind of all out of whack right now. As you see that 32 of Chris Lynn starting to pull up to the back bumper there of Dylan Hastings, typically, and Daniel Holdcroft.
And we're halfway through at lap number 49, Chris. We're seeing single file racing that's starting to get a little bit more testy here on this first couple cars. They're starting to move around a lot. Not as much of a bumper-to-bumper draft there. A little bit of separation, but they should tighten back up coming through the corner here. I'd be surprised here at lap 50 if we might see the intensity knob turn up about 0.1 to 2 degrees. Let's see if they try to turn it up just a little bit.
Yeah, wondering now that we're coming to halfway, Chris Lynn is your halfway leader. Wondering when these guys are going to decide, A, when to come down pit lane, and B, when, like you said, that intensity gets turned on, because right now it's kind of stagnated out, and not in a bad stagnated, but it's like in a way of everybody's not really racing right now. Everybody's just kind of, all right, we've got 50 laps of this left. We just got to keep the car together, see if we can keep going straight, and that's what a lot of drivers are doing right now.
And as a driver, you just think, man, let's keep it going. Especially at Daytona, let's just keep it going.
I like the sparkle.
Caution. Oh, here we go. I just meant to not miss a caution. Whoa!
Whoa!
Hell's good eyes.
Everybody coming down pit
Sparkle
lane.
Unicorn. Man, that's a
Whoa,
big
21.
couple 21 into the wall.
Oh, Unfortunate there for the 21 Ryan Smith. He's just going to go ahead, pull it to the garage. Unfortunate there. So right now it looks like.
I wonder if anybody else had some moments there on pit road, Chris. That's a big stack up there.
That was a big stack up, but it looks like everybody got in and it's coming out clean right now. Man, at the halfway point, that was a lot of cars coming down pit lane. We see right now Bill Hell's currently your
now
leader.
This race is split wide open.
Yeah, at lap 52 right now. Whoa, as we're seeing a little bit of smoke. Whoa, who's that? Looks like somebody around. Trying to see who it was.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, not really sure who that was. Because the ticker is just flying by. Ken Baum, Jimmy Barr, Lucas Nilge's down pit lane right now. Looks like maybe
It's almost like this race sometimes. It's just a coin flip, dude. You don't know who's going to win.
Whoa!
Whoa!
It's the two of Ken Baum
Ken
around.
Baum! And they're off the track, so we're not going to get a caution.
What just happened? I'm going to have to rewind it to see what happened here. Whoa, he just got
Ken
up on
Baum
the apron.
apologized. He got up on the track. Yeah, he got up on the apron.
Or he got up on the,
That was
the
100%
transition.
Ken Baum. Man, that is an uncharacteristic mess up there from the number 2, Chris. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been infiltrated by a cat.
Unfortunate there from your two-time back-to-back champion. That is, like you said, Josh, uncharacteristic from that Ken Baum machine. He's going to have to come down pit lane, possibly take a penalty if he did cross that line, which he got up on the bank.
I don't think he did.
I mean, he's still in
I think the
this
right
right
side's touched the banking a little bit, but I don't think that was enough to justify an unsafe pit exit. I think the 2 should be fine. And there comes some more drivers. Whoa! Carson Pittman out of whack there for a second. 53 of Bill Hells. You got the 98 of Shane Weldon, Robbie Bice.
Looks like everybody hit their pit stall. So right now, coming around to lap 56, Tyler Rush is currently going to be your leader, but you see him coming down pit lane. So Joshua Gaiman going to assume the lead here at lap 56. So Joshua Gaiman is your new leader. Landon Lacey behind him. Steven Overstat, Caitlin Height all the way up to 4th position. Justin Gibbs in 5th. David Smill in 6th. And then Alex McCarthy is the 7th car in that train. So this is a lot of names that we don't normally talk about coming out right now in the lead. Or a lot of names that we haven't talked about, excuse me. A lot of new names.
Yeah, I do enjoy, as I say, enjoy seeing all these new names, Chris, up here.
Let's see how this goes.
From what we're used to. Is that William Brown? Yeah.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh my goodness, dude. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jimmy Barrow's almost up into the wall. See if Joshua Gaiman can get around the 83 of Aaron Staub. He is currently that driver that is in front of that 33. And then you see the 3 Lucas Nilge's and then the 2 of Ken Baum in front of him. That was almost really sketchy as the 83 getting loose. Something you don't want to see if you're that 33. I was going to say maybe these guys take that outside lane, try to get around these guys. saw coming into turn 1.
Yeah.
Joshua Gaiman was not happy with that 83 putting the block on him.
Yeah, he'd give him a big show.
Have to see if that 33 has anything to say in the Thunderdome after the race for that one. So right now, it looks like Joshua Gaiman gonna get around everybody. You see the 24 Kyler McCarthy still the caboose end of that train.
So far, a clean pass here on the outside. So that shows you the outside can work. It's just...
Yeah, but that inside lane was all over the place.
All over the place, yeah.
Yeah, if you're in this lead pack right now, you are definitely glad that you're looking at all those cars in your rear view. And then we see the 36 Daniel Holdcroft is currently in that 8th position. See Kip Easley behind him, so Kip Easley having a little bit of bad luck that he's had going on so far, able to move himself back up into that 9th position. You see Dylan Hastings rounding out your top 10 in that number 1 machine. Nick Cannon in 11th, Michael Zuber in 12th, Jaden Bingaman in 13th, Brett Stickler in 14th, 15th William Hobart, Jonathan Coombs in 16th, Ryan Sword 17th, Bill Hells 18th, 19th Shane Weldon, and 20th going to round out to Carson Pitt.
Yeah, lap 59, it still seems like the same thing. Joshua Gaiman up front, Landon Lacey to his back bumper, leading the race, man. These guys have done a good job here so far. You got to think, for an early favorite, Joshua Gaiman has done a great job here.
Yeah, you know, one of the drivers last season that we were told, even Susie said it, you know, he's one of those drivers that we're going to have to watch out for. He is a force to be reckoned with, and he's going to show you. Right now, he is definitely that force. You've got that 44, Landon Lacey, Steven Oberstadt, and Caitlin Height, Justin Gibbs, all new drivers currently in that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. So a lot of names that we've never talked about. We're getting to see a lot of good racing going on here, and this is what we like to see in the Full Throttle League.
Yeah, the field's very split out, but what they have going on right now is a good race. Excited to see you here over the next 40 laps what's going to transpire, because really anything can happen.
Yeah, we're riding on board here with last week's winner, Kyler McCarthy. That 24 machine, the last week's Clash winner, Kyler McCarthy. He's got that 27 to David Smill right in front of him. So, you know, like we were saying last week, this is that driver, Josh, that I constantly keep my eyes on. You know, we've got Ken Baum that, you know, that wins a lot. You know, we've got a lot of drivers that come up here and, you know, show us that, you know, they deserve to be here. You know, we had Bill Hells win last year. Matthew Fitz didn't win anything, but he, you know, last season going to show you that he's definitely getting a lot of experience under the rig. So it's good to see a lot of these drivers, you know, starting to really show their talent. But I'm telling you, that 24 machine, that is who I keep my eyes on. I don't know what it is, but man, he just always puts himself in the right place at the right time.
Kyle McCarthy's been able to have a lot of opportunities to capitalize on. Sometimes fails to capitalize on them, maybe because of, you know, other issues around him, not necessarily involving his wrongdoing, but he has been able to have some good runs, Chris, and the runs he does have that are good, he usually able to capitalize off of them with not a podium position, a top 5, and it's good to see him right now running early and running early well. I mean, like we said, he won the heat race last week, or the Clash last week, and right now sitting in that 7th spot. He's got his teammates all around him, and you got to think, for that 24 machine, it's feeling like a good night here at lap 62.
Yeah, as I'm seeing in the YouTube, Coach Tyler, Kerry, good to have you in the chat. Also pulling for that 24. Like I said, that driver that I'm keeping my eyes on every race. We'll go back here with this pack from 9th on back. Looks like they've got a little bit of separation between Daniel Holdcroft and that Tyler McCarthy machine is currently right now. They are 15 seconds off of pace from that 24 machine. So a little bit of a gap to make up here for that 36. But right now, just, like we were saying with Kip Easley, he's just hoping that he can keep that nose clean. He's wanting to just stay where he's at. Whoa, as we're seeing the one of Dylan Hastings getting a little loose back there.
Yeah, for a second, I thought that was going to be a moment. He did get out of line there, but they got a big push coming.
As I'm still watching the leaders up front, doesn't look like anybody's really trying to do anything at all. They are just cruising right now. So I want to say that is 69 of Matthew Fitz, the 32 of Chris Lynn, and the 15 of Michael Self, who are currently sitting in that 23rd, 24th, and 25th position. They are getting chased down by that 33 machine right now. So we'll see if the 33 can catch up and put those guys a lap down, which I would assume they would.
Yeah, it just been cracked. They gotta catch it. No way.
Three there. Lucas Nilge's currently a lap down in that 3 Pennzoil car, which I want to say that is a good-looking race car too.
Yeah, anything with Pennzoil on it looks good. Even though I'm not a Pennzoil fan, they just got good liveries.
Yeah, that Pennzoil yellow, I don't know what it is about it.
I mean, just yellow liveries in general, man. Look hot.
You're seeing Lucas Nilge's get down there on that quarter panel of the 24, trying to slow him down, keep him on pace with him. Whoa, as you see the 9 of William Brown getting a little loose. One of those drivers that last season we were also talking about, that 9 of William Brown, showing that he has got the talent underneath him. But, like we were saying earlier, with a lot of the drivers just get caught up in the mess. Always gets something happen to him. It looks like Daniel Holdcroft, Dylan Hastings, Kip Easley coming down pit lane.
Yeah, I'm assuming some of these guys are going to be short on field. They got to come down. But with Nitro as a team, man, you got to think they can pretty much control this race right now, Chris. Got a lot of drivers up there in the top 10. They've done a great job on their pit stop cycle earlier to put themselves into a position. And I'm assuming they're going off the Susie strategy here, where they pick one lap, pit on, they pit, and they know they're going to make it to the end if they work a certain way. So excited to see what this Nitro group has for us. Really excited to see what's going to transform here within the next 10, 15 laps. I've just got that feeling, Chris, of Daytona's about to shine.
Yeah, I was going to say, Josh, you actually saying that about Susie. You didn't say in the chat. Come on now, boys. Just because I'm not there doesn't mean I didn't leave strategy notes for the squad. So you're hearing it from the horse's mouth himself. He's telling them what to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We know he's got excellent strategies, man. He's constantly on point with his pit strategies, and it seems like this Nitro team in general just seems to find the right place, right time when it comes to the strategies, knows how to set themselves in the right spot.
That's the 68 of George Wood going another lap down. Yellow flag out. Caution flags out. Looks like Tyler Rush, Ryan Sword. I don't see a name. I'll have to go back here. It looks like Nick Cannon, actually. Looks like a push there from the 95, maybe. Maybe they just thought they were going to get around Jimmy Barr. Oh, it looks like just going up into the corner. Oh, that's going to take out a couple of race cars. You see the 07, the 7, the 12 of Jimmy Barr. Wonder if that was a bad push there.
I don't know. I think with the 7 going around him, if he did push him, it might have been a not great spot to push, but I don't know. He didn't hit him. He didn't touch him, it looked like. Not touching him there.
That's the 96.
I don't think he's touching him on the entry to the corner.
I don't actually see him. Where's his number at?
I don't see him either.
I don't see his number. Okay, that's Zuver.
Oh, he's 8th place.
8th place. Okay. So we'll go on board here with Zuver, see if we can see what happened to that 7 machine. We'll go in slow-mo. You see him going up around the 12. Jimmy Barr. Oh, he gets into the wall. Nick Cannon got into the wall. That's going to send him around. You see just going down, hitting that banking transition. And everybody in front of him just nowhere to go. You still see that 7 getting loose. The 12 of Jimmy Barr coming down. The 07 getting collected. That's the 20. Oh, the 20 having a good run all night.
Pole sitter Jonathan Coombs just takes a big shot. Cannon in there.
Sword getting into the grass. Looks like everybody behind him was able to keep it under wraps, though.
That's unfortunate, man.
Whoa, look at that massive run. So that's what happened. He just went up high, gets into the wall there. The rear end gets out from under him. You see, he's just along for the ride at that point. So caution here at lap 67. So a lot of drivers coming down pit lane. It looks like Landon Lacey going to pull out of pit lane first. Caitlin Height going to move out into that second position. Stephen Oberstadt in that third position. Joshua Gaiman going to pull out in fourth. And Shane Weldon round out that fifth position.
Be about 28 when we come back. 27 laps to go.
And this is the second caution, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, because it does say first caution on here. It's because I had to reset it. But this is the second caution of the race. Saw the 7 and Nick Cannon just getting a little loose up there into the corner. Maybe getting into some dirt, some marbles up there. Just not liking it. And the rear end getting loose on him and then sending him for a ride. See the 12 of Jimmy Barr also getting involved in it. The 20 of Troy Wagaman Jr. taking a shot there. I want to say also the 94 of Ryan Sword did go through the grass, but I don't think he made any contact. He was just avoiding it.
It's not fun. It's not cool to go through the grass when we're under green flag conditions, but everybody's wrecking. Oh, you can go through the grass and dodge it all you want.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's cool to go through the grass.
The grass is your best friend in a wreck. Well, unless you're going really fast.
Really
then
fast
it's not
and
your best
sideways. Then it's just an accelerator. It is going to be interesting to see how these drivers are going to manage here in this restart. We know everything's stacked back up here, Chris, and 30 laps to go. This could get chaotic.
As I'm getting information from our guy in the airport, he says, "Well, everyone can make it on fuel now." So we're getting the insider information from Susie.
Well, I'm glad that we know that now, because I was thinking there were some speculations of fuel, It's good we got that cleared up, man. I thank you, Sushi. Sushi, sorry. So used to having a dog named Sushi that it just comes out now naturally.
Yeah, we do have a dog named Sushi, so
I just realized that is a Cadillac racing livery. I saw the Cadillac logo earlier, but didn't put two and two together. It's a nice looking livery. I like that 27 of David Simone Jr., man. Those Nitro guys always have some pretty slick liveries.
They really do. A lot of nice race cars out here on the track today.
Wonder if you could pull off a red with a chrome red number. How that would look. I feel like David Schmill's car would look really cool with a chrome red roof number. Maybe not the door numbers, but just see what it would look like. Might look pretty cool. Who knows? as the iRacing pace car going to hit that left turn, Chris. Lap 71 of 100. As we will hit lap 72 when we hit the stripe. But Landon Lacey going to bring the field back to green. He's got Caitlin Height on his outside. It looks like she's actually going to get off to the better start here. As that 33 of Joshua Gaiman going to give a push to that Caitlin Height machine. We'll see if these three drivers here will be able to clear. I'm assuming they're going to try to get David Smill Jr. clear.
Woo.
Maybe not. Looks like that 33 and the 11 just going to go together, but they are not linked up. That was almost scary there for a second.
Yeah, that was sketchy there for a second. Speaking of sketchy, we're all bunched up now.
I was about to say, it's all back together. This whole race has been pretty much for nothing. This is where the real race starts.
Yeah, we'll see if Caitlin Height can hold on to the lead here at lap 73, coming to the stripe. Susie was one of the, they said one of the drivers to watch out for. So at lap 73, the 11 will be your new leader. See how long she can hang on to the lead. How long how long Gaiman will push her. See if she can hang on to that lead. If anybody's going to try to get up around them on the outside, we see the outside lane trying to get stacked up here, but that just, it doesn't look like it's working out right now. Carson Pittman is leading that train. All my words started coming out at the same time. We see, who's that, the 98 of Shane Weldon going to jump up to the top. That's going to, whoa, he's going to mess it up.
Oh, and there he goes. That's going to be a big wreck.
53 of Bill Hell's involved in it. You see the 22 of Andrew May getting slowed down. Oh, no, Andrew May goes over on his roof. Oh, my goodness.
What the heck?
Oh, my goodness.
Did he hit the apron and it just shoot him over?
I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, what just happened to Andrew May? He might have just gotten the most unfortunate flip ever. Dude.
That was...
What is that, man? Come
just,
on.
Andrew.
That is pathetic.
Andrew, Bubba, you tried, man. I got to give that to you. You tried. Oh, man, that was unfortunate.
It's like a fat pug on its back trying to roll over.
So I'm trying to get on board here with the 13 of William Hobart. We'll see if we can see what happened. As we're seeing right there that it looks like when Shane Weldon came up to that top lane, looks like maybe a little bit of a misjudge there from Carson Pittman. Maybe Pittman getting off of the gas because he was coming up on the bumper, and the 13 of Hobart just didn't know.
No, he goes to drop down here with the 53 of Bill Hell, sees that there's an open lane. He tries to go lower. He catches Hobart. Hobart goes around. He's going to... Does he catch the 24?
Oh, my gosh.
Did they not touch Kyler McCarthy?
Dude.
I heard Kyler McCarthy, say he needed a change of underwear. I didn't think that was that close. That looked like it touched him. Or it looked like he was at 1,000% in the trajectory of the 13 spinning. Oh, my goodness, dude.
I mean...
Oh, my goodness. Go to the Ryland cam with that one. See if you can see.
We're going to have to go... I mean...
Yeah.
He's in the car.
I mean, goodness gracious, dude.
Well, Kyler McCarthy just got lucky. See Zuber getting slowed down there, and then just Andrew May going around.
I'm not laughing at Andrew May flipping. It's just I'm laughing at Andrew May flipping. I'm sorry. That was just too good.
That's just unfortunate,
that's just too good of a flip, man. Like, come on. Why does that have to happen, though? Poor Andrew May, dude. The guy got wrecked on, like, the third lap of the race, and then he gets flipped like that pathetically at lap 73.
Robbie, can we have a bad luck award? Because this man just takes it home. Andrew May has the worst luck, I swear. I feel like he's me in a race car. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make it. Nope.
I don't know. I've never seen you do that. That was kind of impressive. He just did like a kickflip on command. Like, pretty impressive stuff here, but it should be close to lap 76 when we go back green. We should go back green this next time around, I would assume.
Yeah, it should be this next time by going green.
As hopefully, though, up until this point, you guys are enjoying the Daytona 100. It does seem like it's going to be one of these races that's going to end with a lot of fireworks. I feel like, Chris. We had the single file, we had the spread out racing, but that one caution going to bring us back. Excited to see what we got going on here now.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the good fireworks either, not the ones that you're like, oh, I won the race. Like, no, it's going to be like shooting Roman candles at each other.
It's a real emotional drain.
Yeah, especially after, we started this race at what, 9 o'clock? Well, technically around 8:30, and it is currently 10:09 on the East Coast. So we've been here for an hour and a half racing. That's, you sit there and you sit in this rig, you're like, all right, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, ready to get up. You're just, all of your emotions and everything are just on edge. And it's like you got 25 laps to go, you're like, can we just get this over with? But nope, we can't. Because this is Daytona.
Daytona, brother.
It's Kyler McCarthy, one of those drivers that just, like you said, needs a change of underwear after that.
I mean, the refuse to lose mentality, man. He got spun around earlier. He's back in this race. He's going to be sitting on that outside lane here, coming to the restart in 10th spot at lap 76. I mean, as long as he stays alive, man, Kyler McCarthy has got himself carved out for possibly another storybook ending, Chris.
So right now, Ken Baum has got himself back up into 16th, at one point all the way back to 30th. It's good to see Ken Baum getting himself back up here into that top 20. See if he has anything to say on this restart. Because, you look at it, you're like, oh, he's in 16th place. What can he do? Like I said last week, it doesn't matter where you're at on the track when you're coming down to that last lap.
As long as you're within the pack.
As long as you're with the pack, yep.
And sometimes you don't even got to be with the pack. We get off to a very, very tight start there on the inside lane, but that outside lane is moving, man. And it does look like Caitlin is going to allow that 33 of Joshua Gaiman to come down. We'll see if that 44 is going to be able to clear, but I don't know.
Doesn't look like the 44. Now the 44
there they are.
There
they are. Now they're going to clear. Now they're going to clear.
See the 28 of Robbie Bice now pushing his teammate of 98 of Shane Weldon. 24 of Kyler McCarthy back there. We'll see if this outside lane has anything to say here. 24 laps to go.
Just can't eat the cake before you blow the candles out, Chris. You got to hold on to it. Save it for the right moment.
See a push
that
there
outside
from
lane
that
just
11
can't get too wound up. Sorry about that.
No, you see the push there coming down the backstretch from that 11. She's trying to get that pack in front of her going. Robbie Bice also pushing that 98, trying to get that outside lane going. You see Kyler McCarthy all over the back from that 28, trying to get him to go. It's just one of those like where you're kind of rocking in your seat. Just go, 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 go.
Some of these drivers are wishing it was lap 98, not lap 78, Chris.
Yeah. So it looks like that outside lane.
This is going to be a tough last couple laps.
Yeah, that outside lane just not working out. See everybody on that outside lane diving into the inside. They know that it's not working, so they're just trying to save as much track position as you can. You see Ken Baum diving down into it, so now there's only 5 cars on that outside lane. I'm going to say that that outside lane probably going to be tucking in here before too long.
Not really much of them, not really much place for them to do it at.
I mean, the only way I could see it happening is if that 4 of Carson Pittman was to kind of sandbag a little bit, let the and let that 98 and 28 get in front of them. That's the only way I would see them being able to tuck in line right now. But I say that the outside lane's sort of moving. They just have to get tucked up. You see the 94 Ryan Sword trying his best to get up there and tuck in with them as well. But coming down the backstretch, Kyler McCarthy poking his nose out, maybe seeing if he sees anything in front of him. Gonna tuck back in. That outside lane just slowly starting to lose a little bit of pace.
That's lap number 80, Chris. is upon us. We'll see what these drivers have left for the last 21 laps here.
Oh, you see Robbie Bice getting out of whack a little bit.
Yeah, that outside lane just not finding speed it needs to right now. You're going to have to do a lot of door draft and a lot of pushing if you're going to want to make a 4-car train run up there on that top lane right now.
Yeah, Ryan Sword is trying to get called up here to that 15 of Michael Self, but just can't get into the draft well enough. Looks like he might be getting called. Yeah, it looks like the 7. Is that the 7 in Nick Cannon? Yeah, it looks like the 7 in Nick Cannon. Currently a lap down, but he is getting up there to try to push his teammate up there. That's the best thing he can do right now. Just try to get his teammate up there, push him up to that pack in front of him, and just hope they can catch him 3 wide back there.
As it's only going to get crazier from here, Chris, as we tick these laps down closer to lap 100. I'm expecting some carnage, though, here around lap 90, 95.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the big one. We've only had a couple of cars get wrecked out, but we still are currently sitting with 25 cars on the lead lap. So this is still anybody's race. Out of 41 cars, we still have 21 cars on the lead lap. That outside lane.
Not bad.
It's like the outside lane gets a couple of feet, you know, in the front stretch and in the corners, but then once they go down that back stretch, it just starts falling off. But this inside lane is also a little separated, so that could allow them to open up the door on the outside.
Remember in the Gen 6 cars where you could just run outside lane single car, and if you just door drafted, you could pass like 7 cars? Miss that, man. I used to door draft the crap in those Gen 6 cars.
Michael Self currently sitting in 14th position, just seeing what he sees in front of him. Colin McCarthy going all the way up there. He's going to tuck it back down in there behind Robbie Bice. I'm wondering if this outside lane is just kind of, I don't want to say sandbagging, but you know, they're not making up any ground, but they're also not losing any ground. So you see, watching that outside lane, you're seeing Michael Zuber get down on the board as much as he can. That's also slowing that outside lane up. He's lost 4 car positions right now. 17 laps to go. Josh Game is still out in the lead with Landon Lacey all over the back bumper. And then you've got the 11 of Kane Mike sitting in 3rd. David Spelled 4th. Steven Overstat in 5th. Get to that 96 of Michael Zuber. And outside lane starting to pick up a couple more cars. But Ken Baum, I'm wondering if Ken Baum gets around this 96 if he jumps up in front of him. Doesn't look like he's going to clear it. Whoa, is Shane Weldon all over the back bumper. Michael Zuber. Looks like Zuber going to take
Oh, they're close to wrecking back there. They're beating and banging. Shane Weldon Sr. was beating and banging. I don't know who he was hitting. I want to say it might have been that car that was inside. That Michael Zuber machine.
96 of Michael Zuber. Yeah, it looks like everybody getting a little out of whack back there. Looks like Robbie Bice.
Not Kip Beasley. Kyler McCarthy has fallen back, Chris. But he could see something we don't. Who knows?
Right now, with 16 laps to go, coming to 15, this is where everybody's going to have to start making those decisions. This is where you start going, all right, what am I doing? You know, 20 laps ago, 30 laps ago, you're just keep the car straight, keep it, you know, keep going, don't worry about it. Now we're coming to 15 to go. This is where you start going, all right, what strategies are we doing? Who's going to go where? Who's going to do what? Who's going to block? Who's going to be your odd man out? You know, who's going to be the one that decides to block and hold up the field and let everybody else drop? You know, that's what I'm looking for right now. Because, you know, when you go to tracks, you know, like Texas or, you know, Charlotte, you don't really have a lot of strategy that you play into. You do, but you don't have as much strategy. At a plate track like Daytona, you have a lot of time to sit and think, all right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? When am I going to go? When's the best time to go? We see that 38 of Brett Strickler jump out to the outside. We also see the 20 of Troy Wagaman getting behind him, and then Ken Baum jumping up to that outside lane. Whoa, is Carson Pittman.
And there goes Carson Pittman. Oh, big shot. Unless he gets back on the track, there's going to be no caution, and he's not going to come to a rolling stop. So there's going to be no caution for this.
Oh, unfortunate there for that 4. He's going to keep it rolling, though. Man, big shot there for him. Unfortunate. Such a good run there from that Carson Pittman machine.
Yeah, not sure who... Excuse me, not sure who made contact with him there.
This is where it's going to start. The gloves are about to get taken off. We're almost into single digits. Laps to go. Will be the driver that decides to make that jump. Are we going to see David Smill jump out? Try to maybe, well, I wouldn't see David Smill actually. He is currently the Nitro driver that's in the caboose. Wondering, maybe Brett Strickler, Ken Baum, you know, those are your turn 2 terribles that are back there. Wonder if they might see something and jump out here in a second. That's just, you know, it's the great thing about Daytona. You just don't know. It'll happen all in an instant, and that's what I love about it. See back here, a little bit of left and rights going on. Everybody gonna get cut back in. This is what I'm going to be watching for right here. This pack might get together, try to take it on the outside, but we'll have to see.
We're going to have to see indeed, Chris. We're coming to 10 to go here in 2 laps. So right now, it's been pretty much an all nitro-controlled night. Excited to see what's going to happen here, because I know we're about to get some absolute mayhem. And I really want to know if Landon Lacey's going to abandon Josh Gaiman. I mean, we've had him help Josh Gaiman win Heat 1. Is he going to do the same here, Chris, in the race, or is he going to try to go checkers or wreckers for himself?
Yeah, getting word from Nick Cannon saying, yeah, he didn't get hit. It just got loose on him. It got loose trying to go around Jimmy. I was going to go low, but it looked like he was slowly closing that lane. So we're hearing from that 7 to Nick Cannon that it just got loose on him.
Oh my gosh, dude, the cat just walked across my power strip.
Oh, that would have not been good.
I got lucky there. Yeah, I got lucky there. And she just did it again. She just came back. Get over here. Sorry about that. As we're going to get back to racing here, man. Ken Baum Jr., big push of this 39, 38. Brett Strickler's number is confusing me. It looks like a number every time I see it. There goes the 3 of Lucas Nilge's around. Robbie Bice.
Robbie Bice also involved in it. 10 laps to go. Looks like Robbie Bice. A little bit of a hiccup there with that 3 of Lucas Nilge's. But we're going to stay green. Coming to 9 laps to go. This is where the gloves are about to get thrown off.
That's 1st through 13th right there in this pack you're seeing, so. Troy Wagaman already starting to try a lane up there on the outside in that 7th spot. He's got Strickler in tow, but it looks like they're going to lose some speed here. Whoa! And the 31 was almost forced to the outside lane. 39, Justin Gibbs gave him a big shot coming in the corner on entrance to 1, and he almost had to go around the outside of that 27 machine of David Smith Jr. But Chris here, coming up to 8 to go this time by, man, I'm not sure who is going to make the move. These Nitro guys just have seemed so tight-packed. Is it going to be a free-for-all brawl between them, or what's going to happen?
As you see Landon Lacey giving a big shot there to Joshua Damon, trying to push him up. 8 laps to go.
Go on board here. You see Landon Lacey, big shove to the back of Joshua Gaiman. Chris, this is where you got to start taking the gloves off. And the wrap's got to come off. You got to go full elbows out here. And this is all take, no give now.
Yeah, you're done giving.
You might be able to give for another lap or 2 more, but then after that, it is all take, my friend.
7 laps to go, though. This is where it's going to start happening. I'm just watching the ticker, seeing if anybody's going to try to jump out and make a move. Right now, everybody is just about 1/10 of a second between each other. So if they do jump out, though, this is going to be one of those things that if somebody jumps out, they're going to have 4 cars.
Oh, they're going to go. There's people are going to go this time. Maybe not if they were to jump out this exact moment, but within the last 2 laps, people are going to go to this outside lane.
Yeah, like lap 3, like 3 laps to go.
I'd wait till, honestly, I'm going at lap 99, man. I'm making my move at 99. But it looks like Strickler said, I'm going to make mine at 95.
Jumped up to the top.
And he's got a couple cars with him. Wagaman Jr., it looks like Zuver and Bingaman in tow, as well as Ken Baum. Yeah, that's Ken Baum Jr. And they're making moves, man. Jonathan Coombs all out of whack. Look at the run here from Strickler as the 20 of Wagaman linked up, man. That's how you push through the corner. They just made up 4 cars.
I was going to say, it looks like maybe
still linked up.
Coombs might have tried to go up there and door draft him. Oh, this might get a little hairy.
He's going to back off, Chris, to the travel. This 36 of Brett Strickler is going to get a massive run. Here it comes.
Well, it looks like it didn't. Whoop!
Oh, no! Strickler into the wall. He's going to get picked back up by Bingham and get put back on speed. Ken Baum all out of whack, man.
38 going to leave his teammate.
Any other takers? Come on, let's go, guys. Y'all got this. Y'all can go to that outside lane again. He was up to work, man. It was about to work for those guys. Y'all got it. Yeah, they almost didn't wreck and, all die on the front stretch here. Y'all got it for sure.
4
it's
laps
right now
to go.
To say, man, this is a very weird 4 laps to go, Chris. Single file like this, usually they're double file by now. This is weird to see these guys have a lot of patience right now. Big shove to the back of Landon Lacey. As Chris, this is where the moves got to start coming. They got to start happening here. This outside lane's going to have to pick up momentum. They're going to have to make something happen here if they want this Nitro team to be dethroned from this 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th position. Because I want to say that's all Nitro.
The 38, Brett Strickler, he's going to the outside and then diving back in. Going to the outside, diving back in. So that outside lane is just not able to keep
and Ken Baum got a big run coming to the 20 here, Chris.
I was going to say, it looks like maybe Ken Baum going to push that 20. It's going to kind of stagnate. It's going to stagnate out here down the back stretch, but going into the corner, that's where you're going to see everybody start checking up. That outside lane starting to pick up a little bit. This is 24.
This outside lane needs to tuck down. This outside lane needs to tuck down. They got a door draft, man. They got to make speed. They do not have time to stay up. They got to stay down. Suck these cars on that low lane, slow them down, suck up to the door, and keep going here. Good job by Wagaman and Ken Baum Jr. as a 2-car tango to make way. White flag next time by Chris. This is where you got to take the gloves off. You got to just start beating the guy up next to you and saying, hey, this is my race. I'm going out to take it. Wagaman Jr., Ken Baum Jr. doing exactly that right now.
Let's see if that 2 can push the 20. Looks
What
like
a
they're gonna
run
clear.
from the outside lane. What a run. New leader, Troy Wagaman. The 96 is Super. Gonna cut the Josh Gaiman machine's nose off. What is Gaiman and the 44 of Lacey gonna do here, Chris? They've led pretty much virtually this entire race. What is gonna happen coming to the white flag? We got lap cars at Daytona coming to the white flag. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, we see
One lap to go. Wagaman, Ken Baum Jr., your leaders.
White flag's out. This race is official, so next flag will end it. Let's see if Ken Baum makes any kind of move on this 20 machine, or if he's just going to push that 20 to the lead.
Go to the bottom, Zoover. Go to the bottom, Zoover. That's your run. Oh, no, they're staying at the bottom. Lap cars didn't go to the yellow line. This is going to be a sketchy race. There goes Ken Baum Jr. Here comes Joshua Gaiman. He's got a big run to the lead. He's going to make the move. Wagaman throws the block. We're going to be too wide.
Caitlin Height
Wagaman to the bottom. He's going to try to cross him over. Here comes Height. She's going to not give that push to the 20 like he wants.
Oh, no.
27. Here comes the 20. No. He's going to wreck Nitro, wrecking each other out. Here comes Wagaman. Joshua Gaiman got him. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, that 44 Landon Lacey just blinked ever so slightly, and I know that 27 of David Smith was like, oh, no. There wasn't really anything that 27 can do. That was just an unfortunate turn of events for that 44.
Unfortunate, though, for Ken Baum Jr. and Wagaman, man. They had a hell of a run coming down the backstretch.
Yeah, unfortunate there for that, too.
Well, not unfortunate for Wagaman. He made it through, got second, but I think if he has a little bit more help from Ken Baum there, he possibly could have won that race. But it might have been a 3-wide finish if Ken Baum stays alive there at the end. But you got to give it up for Joshua Gaiman, man. An absolute masterclass there. And showing you how to run the low lane and bringing these Nitro guys and gals back to the winning ways, man. No Josh Susie, no care. Like you said, you think I didn't give some tips and tricks and some, whatever it may be to the boys before I left? Seems to work because Joshua Gaiman in winner's circle here for the first time of the Full Throttle season. What an entry. He's going to use the backwards entry in there to bump into, I want to say that was Andrew May possibly. Either way, awesome backwards entry slide burnout, and we're going to see an awesome, awesome showing from Joshua Gaiman. From an awesome race from him as well, man. Way to bring the 33 into victory lane. He didn't pick up any wins last season, did he? He only got all second places, correct?
I don't think so, yeah.
He won, I want to say he might have won one. I'm not mistaken, though, but if not, this would be his first win in Full Throttle, man, and it's one that we've kind of been expecting to come here a little bit later than we thought, but, 33 showed some great speed here tonight, Chris, on the Super Speedway. As you're seeing, a very spirited burnout coming out of that that 33 machine of Joshua Gaiman. As that hood's not wrong, dude. He did catch a W tonight. Another dub going down for Joshua Gaiman on the iRacing platform. First win of the season here in Full Throttle. And I want to say that is his first win in Full Throttle. I could be mistaken. I think that is, I want to say his highest after that was a lot of second places when he first came in there. But, it looks like he is going to finish here in that first place position tonight. We will get to your post-race interviews here in just 1 second. Just wait for Joshua Gaiman to hop down. We're going to go ahead and have a word with him in just one moment, Chris. But, man, what a freaking race. It was one of those that was just kind of chill. We had a caution there, and then it was chilling. And everybody busted it out there at the end, and Joshua Gaiman going to bring home the win. I'm going to go ahead and bring up that number 33 machine and have a word with him. Joshua Gaiman, Chris, and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy?
I got you, boys.
Man. It seemed like one of those nights there that was going to be your way. Yeah, you guys came out with a great pit strategy there early. It put you guys out in the lead, and then that late race caution there kind of bunched things back up. But we saw right there at the end, Josh, just an absolute excellent show from you guys. I mean, with that 20 of Troy Wagaman and Ken Baum Jr. come flying in, taking the lead from you, and then you're able to come back with the beautiful work there, make it work. The 33s into victory lane for not only the first win this season, but I want to say it is your first win in the Full Throttle Series, man. Take it through, and hey, Josh, again, congratulations, man. And how does it feel taking that Daytona victory lane home with you tonight?
Yeah, I don't remember if I got a win last season. I might have got one. I think maybe I don't remember. Maybe
Maybe a
Darlington
road
or
course or
something weird,
something.
or
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was
something like that.
Darlington.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, to get Daytona is huge for me. It's not a track I win at very often, and those guys didn't make it easy. That was a hell of a race there to the finish, and it got a little argy bargy there on the backstretch, but just came out on top this time. Usually I'm the guy that's off in the fence somewhere.
I know we feel you on that one, man. I can definitely attest to that. But you seem like it was one of those nights where you were super composed, man. And not only you, the whole Nitro team, sister teams, all that. You guys seemed very, very well. Was there something going into this race you guys knew you had the upper advantage on? Maybe just able to keep the composure, or what was it? Just behind the wheel, everybody seemed there tonight to be working, on the right timing, everything. It just all seemed to go perfect there for you guys tonight.
Yeah, just keeping that strategy that we've used before is just making sure we're all grouped up and on the same page. It's one of those things where with super speedway racing, you got to be on the same page, and everyone's got to be working in the same direction. And just it went our way this time, and couldn't be happier.
Heck yeah, it went your guys' way for sure, man. I mean, 100 laps here at Daytona, getting a great lead there halfway through the race, just for it to feel like it might have been ripped away from you to come back with an excellent finish, man, and bringing home the W. But Josh, if you've got any final words, man, thoughts, shout outs, anything you, excuse me, I just almost threw my mic off my desk. My shout outs or anything you want to throw them out there, you're more than welcome to, and we'll let you get on your way and enjoy this victory here tonight at Daytona, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nitro and the whole crew. Everyone just really killed it tonight. I don't really know if it really could have gone much better than it did. Um, shout out Susie. He couldn't be here, but we stuck to the plan and it worked out. So shout out to the admins for putting up with us and you guys for putting on a good show.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I mean, we couldn't do it without you guys. You guys put on a hell of a show. But Josh, before we let you get out of here, we know it was the first one of the season. Got to be a big momentum shift for you guys in the in not only your camp but the team's camp. How you feeling like this is going to shape out for the rest of the year? And do you feel like this is going to be one of those years that, hey, look out for that 33 in the championship run, and we're coming strong?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, joining really late last season was just kind of getting my feet wet and getting used to the guys. And I think I've gotten used to being around most of them, and it works out, well most of the time. Um, so yeah, going into this season, just put the car up front as much as we can.
Heck yeah, man. Well, if you've got any final words, shout outs, or anything before we let you go, you're more than welcome to throw them out there. If not, we'll get you on your way.
Yeah, just like I said before, with Nitro and everybody that helps us and gets us running quick, and you guys for putting us on, and the whole league.
I did ask you that already, so I do apologize about that. But
You're good.
Josh, again, man, congratulations on the race win here tonight, and we'll get you on your way, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Man, you can tell I'm starting to get a little sleep over here, Chris. I'm sorry about that. My interviews are a little bit all over the place. Asking questions twice here. Going to go ahead and bring up Troy Wagaman Jr. Have a word with him. Troy Wagaman Jr., Chris, and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man. Well, nice to have you up here in the booth for the first time. And I got to say, Troy, it seemed like there towards the end of the race, it was going to be one of those runs there with a big push coming from that two machine of Kidenbaum Jr. You guys seem like y'all had a very fast race car in that 20 camp tonight, constantly hanging up there in the top 10. How does it feel coming home with that second place? I know you probably wanted that first for sure with a great spirited run there, but hey, take us through tonight. Tell us how it feels to, in the first showing here in the Full Throttle League, to pick up a second place, man, and how you feeling going into, the rest of the week here, and you think you're going to be able to, take this momentum and carry it out through the rest of the season?
Yeah, felt pretty good. Ken pushed me there. We tried to get a line going there with me, Ken, and Brett. It was just tough with all six of them up front there, and he pushed me pretty much to the win there, and just couldn't hold off. And then he got turned there, it kind of killed us. But first time running this series, felt good. We were really fast. Just we had a good strategy there. It was just I got caught speeding entering, got put behind, and finally fought back there. But yeah, I got to thank Ken and Brett for pushing me there and putting me in the spot to win that.
It seemed like you guys were definitely in the spot to win it for sure. It just a little bit of unfortunate turnings there at the end of the race. We know how Daytona can go, but Troy, you gave it your all, man. You were racing right all the way hard to the checkered flag. Take us through what you think like this is going to work out for you for the rest of the season, and do you think this could be one of those years that, hey, with a rookie coming in, these guys better watch out here?
Yeah, the stricter plates kind of just your that's a crapshoot. You got to have the right guy and the right time and get it done. And been running. Actually, just started running an asphalt series over the winter and was really bad and got pretty good at the end. Had a couple second places. So we'll see how it goes. Getting into like places like Kansas and intermediate tracks with saving tires and stuff like that and pit strategy and see where it takes us.
Heck yeah, man! We're excited to see how it works out here. We're glad to have you a part and on board with the Full Throttle Racing Series, and it's been a pleasure to have a word with you. But if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you get out of here, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let you get on your way, sir.
I just gotta thank the Turn Two Terrible guys getting me dialed in on setups and pushing there, and Jeremy Zarfall's photography and all them guys over there. We work it all together. Couple of us got wrecked out, but uh, good to bring home a podium.
Heck yeah, man. Well, it's good to have a word with you once again. We're hoping to see some good things from you here in the future. Good luck with the rest of the season, and hey, hopefully we'll be having a word with you here again soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. You as well. And that was Troy Wagaman Jr. Going to go ahead and bring in Caitlin Height and have a word with our third place finisher. Caitlin Height, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Hi, hello.
Hey, hello. Well, I got to say, first things first, an excellent race from not only you but the whole camp there. It seemed like you guys had a very fast race car, not only yourself, and a little bit of a controversy there in the early goings, but you were able to pick it back up, and you were able to pick up that third place spot. Do you think it was one of those things, maybe a little bit of fruition? You might have been coming home first place, or was you just kind of saving it there to push the teammates through, get the good first and third finish here, or do you think you had a little bit left for us there, and the win could have possibly been there tonight?
Hard to say. It was, I know for the longest time I was just busy in teammate help mode, and I was sort of thinking if there's a run and if there's a space on the final lap, like say going into 3 or coming out 4, maybe. But passing was extremely hard all night long, and our team just sort of locked in with the strategy call of when to pit, and I wish it could have gone green the entire way, but um it's Daytona, so stuff happens. But it was great to see our strategy working out, and I know a lot more of our guys deserved a much better finish, Landon specifically, but still a good opening race.
Hey, a great opening race. You guys definitely seem to show y'all's hand in the Nitro camp. We know with last season, it seemed like that camp was always coming out with great strategies. Once again, here with the first race of the season, another great strategy from the camp, and it puts y'all in a really good finishing position. Like you said, a couple of drivers didn't get the finishing positions they probably didn't deserve, but overall, that's Daytona, and brings some good momentum though to the camp. And Caitlin, just take us through though, with you being a rookie, we did kind of ask pretty much everyone this question now is the rookie. You're coming into this new series. It's one of those things everybody's got to know who you are. How do you feel this is going to take you forward into the series, and what do you think you've got, that you can bring to the table for Nitro? And do you think this could be one of those seasons? People better watch out for that number 11 machine out there.
Well, I know Josh and Josh, Susie and Gaiman, and a few of the others. I've raced with them in different leagues, but this is really my first time going into a dedicated open setup environment. So I'll be learning off of them and just seeing where I can improve with making setup changes and all of that. But so far, it's a good stepping stone coming into the season and into the league. So I'll just see where that sort of carries me over the next few weeks.
I mean, I think that's about the best answer you could give right there. I mean, hey, I'm excited to see what you got going for us here. Always love to have new drivers, especially you're with a great camp, so I think it's going to turn out pretty well for you if y'all just keep y'all's heads down. But Caitlin, if you've got any final words for us, thoughts, shout outs, anything you want to let before you get out of there, you're more than welcome to, and we'll let you get on your way and continue celebrating a great finish here tonight in your first race at Daytona.
Yeah, first off, big shout out to Lady Liberty Motorsports, Loudmouth, and Nitro Setups. Shout out to fans that have been watching on the channel. And let's see, give a shout out to the post office, and I want to give a thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video.
Oh heck yeah! Well, again, Caitlin, thank you for joining us up here in the booth for a few minutes. We're excited to see what that 11 machines got for us for the rest of the season. And hey, again, enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully we'll be having a word with you here soon.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. And that was Caitlin Height, the number 11 machine, our third place finisher. Well, Chris, do you have any final words before we get the fans out of here? Because this has been one of those nights that, man, I don't think a lot of these drivers are going to want to forget it here sooner. Some of them will, some of them won't. But it's definitely been a night at Daytona that I think a lot of people will not forget.
Yeah, this has been one of those races. You know, all day. You know, I got the format. Robbie had sent me the format this morning, and I saw the heat races, and I was like, oh, well, this is going to be interesting. You know, I was like, we just did the Clash last week, and now we're doing heat races again. I was like, this is kind of cool. And then, you know, I'm not gonna lie. They said there was gonna be a lot of cars here, but whenever I got into it and I saw there was 41 cars, I was like, oh, well, this is very interesting. And I'm not gonna lie to you. This was probably one of the most fun races I've called in a while in the Full Throttle series. I mean, we've had a lot of good races here, but having a lot of cars on track, I mean, it just makes you have to pay attention more. And watching what was going on, that was a lot of fun. So, if the racing has anything to say at Daytona, I cannot wait going into these next few races. I can't remember where we're going next week. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I'm very excited to see how this season is going to turn out, and a lot of good drivers. Like we heard even Caitlin say just in that last comment, she said that she's not really an open setup person. We were talking during the race, that a lot of people don't run open setups. So now it's a transition. So you're actually hearing it from her mouth, herself saying, it's a transition. It's something that she's going to have to learn and get used to. And that's what we like to see. We like to see people trying to branch out and become better. Like I said, we've seen, a lot of drivers. I'm too many to name, but a lot of drivers that have really shown they've got a lot of talent in their camp. So this is going to be a very interesting season, and I cannot wait to get this on.
Definitely cannot wait to get the rest of the season on. I want to say we are at Atlanta next week, but it's going to be one of those races that's going to be interesting. I see people already in the Thunderdome petition to run Old Atlanta next week, so who knows? We might be in for an absolute barn burner. But either way, it's going to be a fun race. It was an absolutely fun show tonight. And hey, I got to think really only thing else I got to say is you're not going to want to miss next Wednesday at Atlanta. It's going to be an excellent show, with or without Old Atlanta, New Atlanta. Atlanta in general now is just a show, I think. So it's a great show. New track, old track. It'd be great to see the old track get raced, but we'll see what happens here. But either way, we know we will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Sure, we'll be at the new config, and we're going to be having a great time here on the Full Throttle YouTube channel. But big shout out to all of our new drivers. Once again, glad you guys have brought back what seems like a big field in Full Throttle. We know it was, a 32 car field's big and nice and all that, but a 41 car field, man, that's next level. That's awesome. So glad to have all those drivers here tonight. Hopefully, some people didn't get the sour taste in their mouth with the Daytona, happenings. We know how that can be. You join a new league, you have one bad race at Daytona, and you're just like, man, what am I doing? I'm leaving. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, well, why did I leave that league? And it's like, whatever. So hopefully we don't have that. Hopefully we got a bunch of drivers here that enjoyed their stay. I enjoyed watching everyone here race tonight. And hey, hopefully you as the fans enjoyed the show. We'll be seeing you, though, next week at Atlanta. We'll be doing more cup racing. So once again, YouTube channel, thank you for being on the chat, joining us and having a word with us if you did. Other than that, will be Chris and Josh signing off from Daytona saying good night, and we'll see you next week at 8 p.m. Wednesday at Atlanta Motor Speedway.